house. Big Zeus, here's the beat around. Big Zeus, pull up to the gate at 1600 on the map. Yeah, supposed to be the people's house, I make it like a trap. Marble floors and chandeliers, I'm balling through the wall. Power to the people, yeah, I gotta make that call. Trapping for the team, red and white and blue, that's me. Voices on the block, I'm breaking through, I got the keys. I'm in the lobby, yeah, I'm moving like an OG. Posted in the Oval Office in the executive suite. Signing for the fam, yeah, you know my game strong. Freedom is the banner, and I got my chains on. Secret Service watching snipers sitting on the roof. Truth is hitting hard, I bury you inside the booth. Founding father vision, yeah, I'm flexing with this cash. Bitch on a big tech, turn these dreams to bags. I'm the voice of the hood, trying to come and storm the gates. Balance in my hand, but the system's overweight. They painted white, yeah, but the stains running deep. Promise they selling it, but you know it ain't coming cheap. Legends walk these rooms, Lincoln, MLK. Now it's photo ops, power plays all day. I'm trapping for the vote. Big Zeus.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Veterans Day. We want to hear your song. Good morning, VIP. Welcome. Take it back and write the code. 1600 got your soul.
They staring at me like I'm cold. Greatest story ever told. I will never ever fold. Deals all in the dark. Make your dreams come true. All I need is a spark. Red phone ringing, but you don't know who's on my line.
Got the Constitution jumping. Yeah, you know I'm so divine. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show.
This power never divides. Sitting for the block. Yeah, buses make them wanna fight.
1600 do it all day. All night. The people's house is a trap. Got the power, get it back. Money talk loud, time to clap. Hey.
For the keys, that's a fact. It's a rap. I'ma bring it back. In the people's house. Power's in the air. Yeah, it's the people's house.
All right, let's get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. Work this. Let's go! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go! I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. You know that, right? That's so true. Let's go. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it. Look at my grass. Good morning, Christina. I play the game so raw, I won't finish last. Screaming how we made it. This is how it's supposed to happen when you're rich and famous. Let's go. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet, right, Evan? Hey, let's go. Thank you for the gifts. All right. Uh-oh. Here's Zeus haters right here, ladies and gentlemen. Listen up. This is every Zeus hater sounds just like this. Here it goes.
I'll tell you what, I've gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days.
Drug test.
It was radical.
Keep it clean, please.
It was horrible. I'm like, you've gone, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
Wow. They always do it to me. They always say it. I'm off the rails. All right, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Off to a little bit of a delayed start, but I'm back on track. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Once again, we are in the Thunderdome. I'm your host. I am your pipe. No, Shelly, you're very awesome, all right? I'm just simply the vessel, all right? But you're awesome. All of you actually are awesome. Good morning. Welcome to the show. For those of you who don't know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or some like to say Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H? Well, it's quite simple. First H is because I'm honest. Second H is because I'm humble. And the last and the most important H out of all of them is because I am and will always remain, you've guessed it, the most handsome. Yeah. Now, many of you know exactly what we deal with over here on this side of TikTok. What we do is very, very special. It's spectacular. It's magical. It's theatrical. It's sensational, diabolical. You know, you get where I'm going with it. What we do is we save this country one show at a time by doing our job to get the truth, knowledge, information out there that is designed, perfectly cooked up it's really cooked up in an amazing way. The recipe, I could give you the recipe, but you wouldn't know what to do with it, right? But what we're doing is we're bringing Donald Trump's poll numbers back to reality and some, right? And you can just see it because you can see he's polling terribly. He sounds terrible. You can look at his health and you can just see this guy, he's in over his head. The job of being the president is a serious job, and there's no amount of gaslighting, there's no amount of lying that him and his supporters can get away with, all right? Because whether it's myself or all of the wonderful people out there, real Republicans, real independents, real Democrats out there, one thing we all agree is Donald Trump is the worst of the worst, the scum of the earth. And if you're still supporting Donald Trump, shame on you. And so what I'll say is this, because I don't like it. Listen, I was in a disgusting place yesterday. It was so disgusting, I don't even want to speak on it, all right? It's that disgusting. Sometimes I speak on it, but when it's so disgusting, I get nothing out of bringing it up. I'll just say this. What I did acknowledge is apparently I'm doing pretty good getting at the fragile male ego in MAGA. You know, they all like to pretend that they're a bunch of alphas, right? Am I right, Karma? MAGA men... It doesn't matter what color they are on the rainbow, right? They always find a way to keep themselves in a perpetual state of victimhood. All right? And that's why I'm standing up for Americans all over the country. And I go, first of all of the MAGA men, identify yourselves in my comment section, all right? Because what I want to do is I want to give you an opportunity of a lifetime. I want to give you an opportunity to not have your feelings hurt today. All right, because what I do ultimately will result in your feelings being hurt, and so I don't want you to have to go through that. So what I'll say is this: if you're a MAGA man out there, you're in your feelings, living in the basement, probably grandma's basement, mom's basement, your girl left you, your man left you, you know how it goes, total victimhood. Leave this show right now, and you can go hang out with these fake TikTok hosts, and I know exactly who they are, every single one of them. Or, you know, you go hang out with them because they'll coddle you, they'll lie to you, and then they'll say, now, won't you just go ahead and send me a galaxy, all right? And you'll send them a galaxy, and they'll just keep on doing that until you run out of money for the day, and then they'll go, now, come on back tomorrow, all right? And we got more where that came from, right? You go hang out with them, they'll lie to you, but over here, we're not going to lie to you. 33, you know what I'm talking about, all right? But get this, you don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, the doors to the Thunderdome, they've officially closed. And I take no responsibility for the sparks that start to fly. We're all adults. We should be. If you're not an adult, get on out of here, skedaddle. But we're going to get to the bottom of a lot of the stuff that's going on in this country right now as a result of Donald Trump and his administration's failed leadership, sheer incompetence. And actually, it's going a little bit further. It's the failure of the American people out there in terms of those of you who are still blindly, loyally, and ignorantly supporting Donald J. Trump. So the first thing that I wanted to address was something that was sent to my attention. And again, I'm so sorry, but I got to address it. It's Blagga related. It's Blagga related, yes. And what I'll do is I'll let this Blagga demon express themselves. I won't dignify it, but it's just something that I need to shut down. All right. And this has to do with the military strikes that are going on in the Caribbean and the Eastern Pacific, which all of us have already concluded because we have brains of our own, that they're not successful. All right. Those military strikes, they're not successful. And as far as I'm concerned, they need to be investigated because to me, based on what I understand, they're war crimes. No evidence that these people are actually what Donald Trump and his administration are saying they are. But then you get ignorant people saying stuff like this. All right. So this is coming from an unintelligent source. All right. I want to get this on the record and then we'll judge it. All right. Hold on.
It's going to be the end of days. He's the end of
Yeah.
Like, what happened to all that? Where'd all that go?
Yeah.
Because I just heard that this man just executed a boat full of Venezuelans that were trying to ship fentanyl and other opioids into our country. You know, the one that's killing us and aging us rapidly, our youth at that. They're targeting college students out here, the minds of the future. And this man told our peoples, he told our troops to execute on sight. Not no apprehend, not no lock up, not no blow out their engines. He said execute. That is a man that is trying to save our country. So all y'all that got all that mouth, just keep them shut. Y'all have nothing else y'all can say.
Ignorance.
This man is trying to save us, and y'all over here talking about he's going to be the end. Shut up. What happened to all that mouth y'all had for Trump?
What happened to all that mouth we had for Trump? And this is an ignorant blagger demon. And so what I'll say is this, and then I'll go straight to hellfire judgment, because it's a disgrace when I see blagger. You don't tell me what to do. The last time I checked. Marsha, you too? When will they learn? All right, I'll deal with you in just a second, Marsha, but you're more than welcome to send Big Zeus a guest request, Marsha, and get it off of your chest. I'll give you a solid minute if you want, but let me get back to this blagger demon out here who thinks this is her country, which is not true. She knows better. She knows America isn't her country with her black behind. But then the second thing is she actually believes Donald Trump is saving America doing this. And I just want to give her some information to go ponder upon with her ignorant self. And first, the primary routes I'm reading used to get the substance that Trump says they're going after, it remains concentrated at, guess where? The southern border with Mexico. Okay, if you're really trying to stop it, then it goes to the border. All right. And they say around 86% of it goes through there. Venezuela plays a very, very, very limited role in this. All right. With expert noting that the country's involvement is actually more pronounced when it comes to other substances that I can't say on this app. All right. So consequently, the strikes on Venezuelan boats have been assessed by a lot of people, experts all over the world, and they said they've had minimal impact on the supplying of that stuff in this country. All right. Serving more as a symbolic and geopolitical measure more than an actual effective solution to the issue, right? So in other words, it's propaganda. So in summary, you ignorant individuals who still support Donald Trump and are okay with these war crimes, this U.S. military interaction represents what they call a targeted effort against maritime routes, but they have not, and I repeat this, they have not stopped the influx of all of the stuff that Donald Trump has been telling you that it has stopped. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the lake of fire for this first blagger demon. First of all, she said it's her country. No, it's not, ma'am. You don't own a thing. To be quite honest with you, up there posting videos saying that. Secondly, Donald Trump's military strikes, which we all know are war crimes, they're not stopping anything. There's still millions and millions of Americans losing their life. All right. And you're probably one of these people out here that want to see Americans starve and cut off SNAP benefits. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending this deranged, no-name MAGA demon where she belongs, straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Hey, John, thank you for pointing out that somewhere and wherever you've been at, gas is $2.72. Number one, get in the box with a screenshot. Show me where that gas is. And then number two, I'm going to remind you that means absolutely nothing because we were promised gasoline would be $2, actually cheaper than $2, $1.97. All right. So, John, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to warm up the lake of fire for you, John, because while John is sitting here clapping that he supposedly found gasoline that's $2.72. Hey, John, how much is the beef? Ladies and gentlemen, let's send John straight to hell. Yeah. John, you don't know much. I can tell. I know it.
Silence.
Yeah.
You
Natalie, I sent him to the lake of fire, and that's a huge W, Zeus. And now what else did I wanted to cover, ladies and gentlemen? Because one of the things that I wanted to talk about is there's a MAGA demon out there. W, Rick, all right? Hey, Cosmo, there's a lot of different things besides eggs and bread that you can use to gauge whether or not the economy is great. So while a lot of you are out here pointing at things that a lot of us are going, yeah, okay, whatever, that could possibly be a little cheaper, the reality is affordability is a serious issue in this country. It's actually a crisis, all right? You can't convince people when they go to the stores and they buy things when they're paying their bills that there's more money left, all right, in their bank accounts after the transactions. You can't do that. All right. And no, there's no amount of gaslighting, MAGA, that's going to get y'all out of this situation. Not even Joe Biden. You could bring up Joe Biden until you're blue in the face. Americans all over the country, especially after those special elections, they came out and said, we don't give a doggone who's responsible for it. This man right here promised us he would take care of it, and he's not doing it. All right. So please, MAGA, stay focused. If you would honestly listen to what I'm saying, right? Natalie. Thank you, Natalie. I appreciate that. If you would listen to what I'm saying instead of getting so triggered, this country could move on. Seriously. Now, the other thing that I want to do, ladies and gentlemen, is, and this is just an example of why every Trump supporter really needs to understand that I've been right. I've been saying it. Haven't I been saying, when it's time, come midterms, a lot of you Trump voters, y'all won't be around, right? Because your dear leader, he's going to make sure he does everything in his power to get rid of you. And so what I have is one example of that. Who is this person? Elijah Schaffer? I don't know this person, right? But when I come across these stories, I definitely dive into them. All right, Elijah Schaffer, this is him right here, Trump voter. I looked him up, voted for Donald Trump. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The Trump administration via, an agency where Kash Patel works. You can't say so much on TikTok because they're watching. But apparently he's being sued by someone in the Trump administration, right? This is a Trump voter being sued by someone in the Trump administration. And I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I'm just going to kind of give you an overview of what he is saying. And you could just totally hear the tears in his voice, the pain in his voice. All right. But, this is nothing we Democrats didn't see coming. All right. FBI Director Kash Patel's inner circle, $5 million being sued. Let's listen to him real quick.
Over the weekend, I received concerning news that I was being sued for $5 million by Kash Patel's girlfriend, Alexis Wilkins. And the reason why might actually shock you.
Okay, why?
About a couple months ago, I posted this photo on the public social media platform X.
Oh, what did he do? He posted this photo on X.
I posted it with no caption, no suggestions of any malintent or any slander, defamation, or criticisms of character. Mm-hmm. I did so attached to an X post shared by another account that I'm not connected to that talked about government agents being compromised. Mm-hmm. Now Alexis Wilkins is saying that I owe her $5 million for damages, the exact evaluation of my company, and if I cannot come up with that money, that I'm going to have to shut down my business.
And that's enough. That's enough. All right. This is enough. I just wanted to call that out. So what is his name? Elijah Schaffer. Number one, thank you, Kash Patel, for doing what I already knew all of us you were supposed to be doing. Going after all these MAGA demons out here who somehow... Remember when Donald Trump won the 2024 election? We have a mandate. We have it. And they were all marching in unison. They thought they were going to take over the country and all this other stuff. But now they're looking at their dear leader who's barely able to... You notice Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen, he doesn't even stand up when he does press conferences anymore because those ankles, they call them cankles, right? The cankles are so out of control. He has to sit down and mail it in. And while this is occurring, if you just look at it, what happened to Charlie Kirk? Oh, no. What happened to this guy right here? And just a bunch of Trump voters literally just dropping like flies. And then you layer that with the outbreaks of measles and rubella, the disasters and stuff like that. A lot of you Trump voters, once again, won't be around come midterms because you're still blindly supporting your dear leader. You're in a cult. And this is just more evidence of it. And so what I'll do is this. Let's go ahead and warm up that lake of fire. I made a bunch of fragile MAGA men very upset by doing this. Ask me, do I care? Zeus, do you care? No, I really don't. What are you going to do then? Join me, ladies and gentlemen, in sending these demons once again where they belong, straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
That's another W, Zeus. They 8:33. Are you keeping up? I'm moving a little fast. All right, you got to pay attention. All right, there's a lot coming out. The next thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to bring up something that I found on X too, and this one involves Laura Loomer. Apparently, Laura Loomer is crashing out seriously. And again, do I have anyone out here, Trump voters out here? Any Trump voter? Miss Vaughn, good morning. Thank you. Are there any Trump supporters out there that are upset about Zohran Mamdani? Anyone out there? Anyone out there upset about Zohran Mamdani? I just want to see if there are any of these people out here. Laura Loomer, yeah, that's her. She's got a lot of pull in MAGA. She has a lot of pull in MAGA. Okay, and the reason that I'm bringing this up is because I don't like to get into identity politics. I don't like to get into real crazy stuff. I like to just do my show and get up out of here. But I can't help but deal with this and address this. So after Zohran won the election in a landslide, I mean, he totally mopped the floor with Donald Trump's, Cuomo and all. Now they go on this, we don't want Zohran because they want to, look into his background. And they really were just doing a number on Zohran and his background. And then guess what happened yesterday, ladies and gentlemen? Donald Trump invited the president of Syria to the White House. You can't make this stuff up, folks. He invited the president of Syria to the White House. And all of us know his background, right? And you could go look this up, MAGA. Which is a bigger threat to the United States? Somebody who used to be involved with Al-Qaeda or Zohran Mamdani? You can go look this up, fact check me. But then after he goes, ladies and gentlemen, and hangs out with Donald Trump, just totally riles up all his fans. He has fans out here. And I said, that's pretty impressive, right? You got fans. Guess where he went then? He went on to, guess where? Fox News. So let's listen to him on Fox News yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, and this just another example of what we mean when we say every MAGA accusation, honestly. DJ, you call this diplomacy? Okay, well, be diplomatic. Be diplomatic with Zohran, please. Listen to this.
President, the White House has said that President Trump would like Syria to join the Abraham Accords. The foundational principle of the Accords is that Israel has the right to exist as a sovereign Jewish state. Is that something that you agree with?
I believe that the situation in Syria is different from the situation of the countries who went on with the Abrahamic agreement. Syria has borders with Israel, and Israel occupies the Golan Heights since 1967. Now, we are not going...
So I'm going to stop that. I'm just going to read to you a little bit of what Laura Loomer said, DJ. All right, DJ, because this isn't a Democrat issue right now. This is 100% DJ MAGA issue. Y'all got on Zohran, but she was upset with Zohran, but now she's going after Donald Trump because of him meeting with the president of Syria. And I totally despise Laura, but I want to get this on the record because she's going to get thrown in the lake of fire. So she says the president of Syria works to undermine Donald Trump immediately after his Oval Office meeting. Inviting, as a rebranded president to the White House was a catastrophic mistake that undermines everything Donald Trump stands for. This is the guy who funded Al-Qaeda affiliates, led brutal, can't even say it, and carried a $10 million bounty on his head. And now he is shaking hands in the Oval Office. Again, MAGA seems to have a very, very difficult time comprehending that everything they're afraid of, right? All of their accusations about the Democrats, their dear leader is the one that's doing them. DJ, that's my point. You don't have a problem with Zohran Mamdani because the moment you say you do, you got to address why Donald Trump invited somebody who used to be affiliated with Al-Qaeda, a known T group, into the White House and is shaking hands with him. But see, DJ, your mind can't handle that. So what I'll do is this, ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the lake of fire once again. And I bet you DJ is somewhere crying into his breakfast bowl about what I just said to him because he knows that I'm right and he knows everybody that's been telling him what I've been telling him has been right. But his ignorance, his loyalty to Donald Trump is really going to get him into a lot of trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send DJ and his friend Laura Loomer where they belong, straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA
That's a huge W, Zeus. Hey, DJ, I got a message for you from Donald Trump.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
Which one is it, DJ? Which one is it, DJ? I mean, I'm doing your homework for you. You're literally allowed to be in the class, still, engage with all of us. And the thanks that I get is you challenging Big Zeus. Shame on you, DJ. W Zeus. Now, so that's 2 MAGA demons down, ladies and gentlemen. And it doesn't take much. Now I got to get to what we all saw yesterday. Evidence that Donald Trump clearly he's off his game. He's out of his mind. He goes to Fox News yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. And I got to tell you, this Fox News situation, anyone who watched it, if you could survive it, right? I should start selling merchandise. And the shirt should say, I survived Donald Trump's Fox News interview, right? Because what he's done is he's basically given up the game. And what we'll do is we'll go through some of the lies or just downright crazy things Donald Trump has been saying. So we're going to start first with Obamacare, all right? What did he say? Because he's been talking about having concepts of a plan and stuff like that. Now he wants to give money to people. He wants to give Americans, this is so funny, $2,000 or whatever it is, right? No, that's a separate thing. But he wants to give you the money that they're giving the insurance companies, according to him, and put it into an account. And then you're supposed to use that account for all your health care needs. And everybody that listens to this, this is just a terrible idea.
During this shutdown debate, that it's clear that this was never going to work without these massive subsidies. Now they wanted to continue the COVID subsidies. So given the fact that Obamacare really can't survive as they thought without these subsidies,
right.
What next?
Well, I watched Obama from when this thing came about. Yeah, as you know, I opposed it very strongly. Unfortunately, we had a couple of negative votes, which should never have happened. But I said it's going to be a disaster, and I was exactly right. That the premiums have gone up like rocket ships, and I'm not just talking about recently. I'm talking about for years they've been going up. And he said premiums will go down, everything will be wonderful. It's horrible health insurance at a very high price. And what I want, and probably what you're alluding to, is the fact that I want, instead of going to the insurance companies, I want the money to go into an account for people where the people buy their own health insurance. It's so good.
He wants the money. Okay, could you imagine some of these unintelligent Trump voters out here? It's already difficult to navigate to find a good doctor. Now you got to actually give them the money into an account. They got to go through the headache of trying to set it up. Most of them can't even use computers correctly, right? Then they got to get the money wired. They got to make sure all this stuff. It's a wish, and it's basically, as far as I'm concerned, once again, evidence that Donald Trump honestly doesn't understand how ignorant his base is. This is why a lot of y'all are in deep trouble, and this is why I do shows like this, because somebody has to wake you up. The next thing Laura does is she brings up, ladies and gentlemen, the flight delays. All right. And what does she say about the flight delays? Oh, yeah. Why are you blasting the air traffic controllers?
Big problems for the country. I encountered on Saturday coming back from Florida to D.C. With the airports. So hours delayed, thousands of flight cancellations that are continuing this week. Yeah. You put out a Truth Social post earlier.
Cosmo, what do you mean Dems need reprogramming? That doesn't make any sense to me. Right now, Cosmo, airports all over the country cutting down the services, flights being canceled. More ever since this guy Donald Trump got in the White House, there's just been one aviation disaster after another. And if you look at the economy, Cosmo, go look at the economy and look at Donald Trump's approval rating. It's not us who aren't in control of the government that need any kind of programming. We understand very clearly what's going on. It's you. Now listen to your dear leader, Cosmo, say something really crazy and profound at the end of the day, that he has the ability to go find money whenever he wants.
Today, where you blasted the air traffic controllers who had not shown up for work and offered potentially a bonus of $10,000 for those who have worked despite the shutdown. Are you worried that, given the fact that we have a deficit of air traffic controllers still, I know we're trying to change that might be a difficult
No, we don't
position?
have much of a deficit, and we have a lot of people want the job. What I was not happy when I saw all these people, we have to... Look, life is not so easy for anybody. Our country's never done better. We should not have had people leaving their jobs. And what I basically did is say the ones that stayed, of which there were a lot of them.
For him to get on people for leaving their jobs, for whatever the reason is. You got to go take care of your kids. You got to find a second source of income. He's getting on the air traffic controllers because they had to do what it took to survive. It once again shows Donald Trump is un-American, and he is so far out of touch with reality that he doesn't even understand that every single word he says drives a wedge deeper and deeper between him and the people who got him in office. This is bad news. This is really bad news for MAGA. All right. And no one's going to break it down for you like Big Zeus, but I'll do it for you. And you should thank me. You should be sending me lions, galaxies, all the stuff, MAGA, because what we do on this show, you can't make this stuff up. We really get in the trenches with a lot of you. And if you can't handle it, then we deal with you accordingly, send you straight to hell. But a lot of people who listen to what I'm saying, or some of the guests that get up here, they come back and they say, thank you, Zeus. Thank you for breaking it down to us, because our pastors have let us down. Our community leaders have let us down. Dems shut down the government, right, Zeus? And DJ has let them down. DJ, listen up. Listen up, DJ. I'm going to move to the next part of this interview, all right? And let me go ahead and give you the picture that goes with this, all right? This is when Donald Trump gets called out by Laura Ingram about the economy, you know, the affordability issue. Here it goes. Let me see. You see that, DJ? You see that, DJ? Let me see if I can get a better photo. I think that's a good one, right? Yeah, that's the photo, DJ. Look at that. This is fear. This is fear. This is fear in Donald Trump's eyes. Because everybody all over the world knows the most important issue in this country right now is the economy. And everybody in the world, everybody in the solar system, everybody in the galaxy, everybody in the universe understands it's the economy, including this guy, even with his narcissism and his dementia case and his swollen ankles and the cursed hand and all the stuff that he has. He understands. And look at his eyes. Fear. Because he knows whatever he's about to say, no one's going to buy it. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let's listen to Donald Trump in the most fearful moment of his life try to gaslight Americans into believing the economy isn't doing bad.
He never let him come back.
Mm-hmm. The economy was listed as a top concern. I know you know this, for voters in New Jersey, New York, Virginia. I've been all over the affordability issue today and for the last several months. Eggs, gas, a dinner cost for Thanksgiving way down. But other things, as you noted, have gone up. Beef, coffee, auto repairs. Is this a voter perception issue of the economy, or is there more that needs to be done by Republicans on Capitol Hill, or done in terms of policy?
DJ,
more than anything else, it's a con job by the Democrats. They're saying, they just have to say, you know, they put out something, say today costs are up. They feed it to the anchors of ABC, CBS, and NBC, and a lot of other. And
hey, DJ, this is the part that's going to seal his fate. He literally goes, are you ready for it? He goes, are you ready for it? And then the lie comes. Listen to this, DJ. You can't make this up.
You know, CNN and etc. And it's like a standard. I'll never forget they had used a word like manufactured. Do you remember the word manufactured? It's a manufactured economy. Nobody uses that word. Every anchor broke the manufactured. They do exactly what they say. It's such a rigged system. So are you ready? Costs are way down.
Are you ready, DJ? Costs are way down. This is what I'm saying, DJ. The gaslighting and fear. It doesn't work, because if I go to the store, you go to the store, you look into your bank account, your savings, your checking, whatever you got, you know what's in there. Is there more money in there or not? I was talking to a MAGA demon yesterday, was crying under Joe Biden. Zeus, look at my 401k. And when Biden was in office, they got screenshots of their 401k supposedly declining. I ran into this demon yesterday and I said, Snuggie, how's your 401k doing? And you could hear it because the heater came on in the background. You know, that means he's living in his grandma's basement, because the heat, you could tell the heater was one of those old school ones. And the heater kicks on. It's doing great, Zeus. And then I said, show me the screenshot. Did Snuggie show me the screenshot? Absolutely not. Snuggie, did he show me what was in his refrigerator? Nope. because it's all lies. Everyone gets, if your utility bill was cheap and your 401k was really soaring and you had an abundance of food in the refrigerator, wouldn't these Trump voters, especially these weak MAGA males, wouldn't they want to get on and brag about that, especially in front of me and especially in front of all of you? So nobody buys what Donald Trump is saying when he says the costs are down. But Donald Trump doesn't stop there.
Gasoline is going to be hitting $2 pretty soon, or around $2. Gasoline is at $2.70 now, and it was at $4.50 under Biden, under Sleepy Joe. When gasoline comes down, when energy comes down, and everybody agrees energy is down, we're drill, drill, baby, drill. We're going like wild.
Drill, baby, drill. We're going like wild. I mean, he got a lot of buzzwords, a lot of clever lines. I'll give him that. But unfortunately, it's not enough to fix the immediate issues that are going on in this country. All right. And then now watch out. He all of a sudden, because he just knows he's underwater, he has to go and start talking about, guess who? Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris.
We produced more gasoline, oil and gas in the last month than we ever have before, by far. And we're going to also end up filling up the national strategic reserves, which were taken out by Biden in order to try and win an election. Didn't work out too well. They tapped in. That's supposed to be for war, for national emergency, not to get.
So you're saying that voters are misperceiving how they feel, or?
So when I took over, you remember?
Because you said Biden did that too, because he was saying things were great.
Let's say it's synonymous, Biden and Kamala, because you didn't know who the hell was campaigning. I mean, you got to a point. So I was up by 20 points on Biden or some crazy number. And they said, all right, let's get him out. We'll put a new one. This never happened to anybody. All of a sudden, I have somebody new. And they had the 6-week honeymoon, which was standard in the world of politics. You get a little honeymoon. And she had her little honeymoon, but then eventually people got to know her too. And then they had the 60 Minutes catastrophe where they, changed her answer.
Housing costs are still out of...
What the heck is that? What the heck is that, MAGA? Imagine if Joe Biden, every interview, was doing this. Right, Tara? These folks would lose it. MAGA would become unglued, unhinged. And this is why I say I need to start making shirts that say I survived the Trump interviews. Because no one should be subjected to this. But DJ, let me be clear with you. When you say, did the Democrats shut the government down? The answer is obviously no. Donald Trump has been shutting the government down ever since he's gotten into office. It's been happening just every day by day, another step towards the government shutdown. By the time we got to October 1st, that was just a formal process of doing it. But he's been the one shutting it down the whole time, DJ. Wake up, like Governor Gavin Newsom says. All right. Now, what we're going to do is this. We're going to go to Donald Trump's latest scam out there, ladies and gentlemen. And what is this scam? They go, Zeus, what is the latest scam? Apparently, he wants his supporters to be financial slaves the rest of their life because he's basically offering them 50-year mortgages. And what we'll do is we'll go through this together, DJ. All right, DJ? And if you don't mind, DJ, I'll ask you a simple question at the end of this.
Is that really a good idea?
It's not even a big deal. I mean, you go from 40 to 50 years.
Hold on.
Significant MAGA.
Oh, yeah, here it goes.
Housing director has proposed something that has enraged your MAGA friends, which is this 50-year mortgage idea. So a significant MAGA backlash, calling it a giveaway to the banks and simply prolonging the time it would take for Americans to own a home outright. Is that really a good idea?
It's not even a big deal. I mean, you go from...
He lied right there. It's not even a big deal. Sir, it's a very, very big deal because the numbers came out. If you pay almost $500,000, let's just say, for a mortgage, and it's 30 years, if you increase it to 50, you end up paying, they say, over $1 million. Wouldn't you say if you're spending more than $1 million on interest, that's a very, very big deal? That's a huge deal. Imagine, somebody like DJ. Listen to this, DJ. Say you're around 60 years old. And then you go out and get one of these 50-year loans, DJ. If you actually paid the principal or the monthly payment for 50 years, DJ, could you tell us how old you would be? It is a big deal. W, Christina. Hey, DJ. If you were 60 years old, you go ahead and you start collecting your Social Security, you retire, and then you go out and take a 50-year mortgage out. Well, you can't collect Social Security at 60, but you get what I'm saying. You might be able to retire from other ventures, right? How old would you be, DJ, if you got a 50-year mortgage at the age of 50? What would you be? Or 60, DJ? DJ, are you there? You see how I get rid of these Trump voters? We just use a little bit of math and a little common sense. 110. So DJ. DJ is okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with buying a house at 60 years old, spending over $1 million in interest, and then being 110 years old when he pays that last payment to his house. This is what I'm saying. These folks, Donald Trump comes up with creative ways to grift his base all the time, and you can't make this stuff up. Now, one of the last things that I'm going to end up talking about, ladies and gentlemen, we'll continue this. Because what Laura Ingram gets him to say, it did blow my mind, and I just want to get this on the record too.
40 to 50 years, and what it means is you pay something less from 30. That some people had a 40, and then now they have a 50. All it means is you pay less per month. You pay it over a longer period of time. It's not like a big factor. It might help a little bit. But the problem was that Biden did this. He increased the interest rates, and I have a lousy Fed person who's going to be gone.
So did Biden actually create 30-year mortgages, ladies and gentlemen? Did Joe Biden create that? Because Donald Trump just said it. Did Joe Biden create that? I didn't think so. And if you know the answer, FDR, W Quiet Storm. And this is why when these Zeus haters come in and they talk to me and they say, Zeus, you never show screenshots of any of the stuff you say. You lied. And I turn around and I immediately send it right back to him. This guy, Donald Trump, the one that I'm playing, he's lied over 30,000 times in his first administration. Please spare me the outrage. All right. Even if I were lying. All right. Let's just say I was intentionally lying 30,000 times. There's a lot more lies I should be allowed to say before you open your mouths. That's all I'm trying to say. But no one should be lying. But MAGA, especially the MAGA men out there, don't call nobody else out on being a liar until you deal with the biggest liar on the planet. Adele, thank you.
In a few months, fortunately, I have a guy too late. Jerome Powell, we call him too late. He was too late in everything, except when it came to before the so-called Democrat election, which didn't work. But we're going to get interest rates down. But even with interest rates up, the economy is the strongest it's ever been. You asked me, just to go back to the beginning of your question, you talked about prices. We're down on energy. We're down on interest rate. Interest rates are down despite the Fed. Now, if we had a normal person at the Fed, would have really low interest rates, and we will soon have that. We'll have somebody that's...
Then why are people saying they're anxious about the economy? Why are they saying that?
Yeah.
I don't know that they are saying. I think polls are fake.
You hear what he just said? He thinks polls are fake. But he'll go into his, safe space, Lie Central. That's what I call Truth Social Lie. And he'll post poll numbers like you wouldn't believe. I remember one day he posted like 100 different poll numbers. Okay, so what are you trying to say, Donald Trump? Oh, you're posting fake poll numbers? Is that what he's trying to tell us? Because if you're posting fake poll numbers, and if you do it 100 times, I can't help but think like, okay, how long did it take you to do that? 3 hours? That's 3 hours you could have been using to try to do things to help everyday Americans survive, Donald Trump. But you're spending 3 hours plus posting fake poll numbers? Yeah, he is delusional. And again, MAGA, imagine Joe Biden doing this, or even worse. Imagine Barack Hussein Obama lying like this and wasting taxpayer money posting fake poll numbers. Y'all would lose it. Y'all would literally lose it. The 911 number in every jurisdiction in the United States, it would literally be ringing all day long because y'all couldn't handle Obama doing this. But then you want to get on TikTok and get mad at Big Zeus because all I'm doing is giving you the truth. And that's a huge W, Zeus. Now, all right. What else do I wanted to talk about? This is related to, what is this? Okay. He's going to give us a lecture about magnets. Apparently, does anybody know Does anybody know what a magnet is? Does anybody know what a magnet is? Because according to Donald Trump, none of us know what a magnet is.
We have the greatest economy we've ever had. We will have over $20 trillion come into our economy, and it's largely because of my election, but it's also largely because of tariffs. Even the tariff thing, it's such a disgrace. I'm watching them saying, well, no money would have to be paid back because it's not that much. It's trillions and trillions of dollars would have to be paid back.
If the Supreme Court rules against the tariffs.
It would be a disaster for our country. Now, will I do something? I'll figure something out because I do. That's what I do in life. I figure things out. But it's so... President Xi was willing to do the rare earth thing, that's magnets. Now, nobody knows what a magnet is. If you don't have a magnet, you don't make a car. You don't make a computer. You don't make televisions and radios and all the other things. You don't make anything. It's a 30-year effort to monopolize a very important thing. Now, within 2 years, we'll have magnets, all the magnets we want, but we don't.
So somebody must have taught him the word magnet. All right? This. The man, if you see, this is why you got to be cautious when you talk to this guy, because if you say a word that, stimulates his mind, he's going to get out here and weaponize it against the American people.
Because of tariffs, I called. I said, listen, here's the story. You're going to play the magnet. I'm going to play the tariff on you. And for national security purposes, I raised the tariff by 100% over and above what they were paying, which was 55. So he was at 155%. Within 10 minutes, I got a call. We'd like to meet. And we settled it out. And we made a wonderful deal, great deal for our country. But we made a great deal. We would have had a closed country. We would have had a depression. The whole world would have had a depression.
Doesn't that show us that we're...
So, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump clearly is on a serious decline. Now, what I'll do is this. I'm going to wrap this part of the show up with the last part of this, because I can't really take much more. But this part is titled, number one, this is about China. Laura Ingram basically calls him out. What happened to America first? It looks like China first in so many words. And just listen to how Donald Trump puts China first, MAGA.
Too dependent on China. It's not just on rare earths, sir. We're dependent on them for still pharmaceuticals, still key industrial components. The Journal did a huge piece, and they're fairly pro-China, but a very
it's all
extensive
coming back,
piece.
Laura, because of tariffs. I'm charging them tariffs of 100% and 150% for pharmaceuticals. What's happening? The pharmaceutical companies are all back here building plants right now. That's part of the $20 trillion of money that's coming because of tariffs. And we're not dependent on China. We're dependent on having a smart president.
Woo! We're not dependent on China. We're dependent on having a smart president. Is Donald Trump a smart president, ladies and gentlemen? Let's just get this out of the way. Is he a smart president? When I heard this, I mean, we've just gone through an exhausting amount of just misinformation and lies. And this is, again, somebody has told him he's a smart president.
If we have a smart president, we're going to have no trouble. If we have a guy like we had last time, who was such an embarrassment. If we have stupid presidents, whether you have tariffs or don't have tariffs, it doesn't matter. If we didn't have tariffs, if I didn't have the power of the tariffs right now, we would have a country.
Shots ring out here in the Windy City.
Oh, okay, hold on. Getting a little interference.
And the Jeep opens fire on agents. We'll bring you there. Republicans can pass it.
This is my favorite dentist hack.
Lord have mercy. We're having technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen, but you get what I'm saying. We're dealing with an incompetent person who believes he's a smart president. Is there anyone out there that believes Donald Trump is a smart president? Go ahead and identify yourselves, because this won't take long to do. Yeah, he's way more. I mean, if we want to get into gaffes and stuff like that, Joe Biden had gaffes, all right? And some of the gaffes, you could say, okay, it's a sign this man is up there. But I've never seen Joe Biden do this before in my life. And so what I'll do is this, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and warm up the lake of fire. For all you Trump voters out there that I keep catching in your lies, and you'll never want to get in the box and be honest with all of us. You'll continue to push the narrative that things are great when they're not. Do me a huge, huge favor. Join me in when I send you and your dear leader. Where are you sending them, Zeus? Straight to hell!
Silence, you MAGA demon.
And that's a huge W, Zeus. That's a huge W, Zeus. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It's now time to open up the boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box. All right. But before we do, I'll play this last bit about MAGA. Donald Trump said something very prophetic, and I think this is worth getting in the record.
But at the same time, I know you and I disagree. Yeah. We're never going to agree on it, but that's okay. And it's not that I want them, but I view it as a business. We have millions and millions of people. Also, I want to get along with countries if possible. You know, people are shocked. Remember Hillary Clinton's business. We have millions and millions of people. Also, I want to get along with countries if possible. You know, people are shocked. Remember Hillary Clinton said, we'll be in a war. I stopped 8 wars in the last 9 months. I don't want to be in wars. If I am in a war, we're going to win the thing fast, and it'll be violent. But you know what? I don't want to be in wars. But one thing.
Here you go.
You don't want to cut half of the people, half of the students from all over the world that are coming into our country, destroy our entire university and college system. I don't want to do that.
I wouldn't lose any.
And don't forget, MAGA was my idea. MAGA was nobody else's idea. I know what MAGA wants better than anybody else. And MAGA wants to see our country thrive.
There you have it. MAGA was his idea, and he knows what MAGA needs more than anybody else, MAGA. In other words, take the poison that he's giving you, all right? He knows what you need. That's a huge W, Zeus. So I don't want to have, there's no more questions about what MAGA is. It's what Donald Trump says it is, and you better bend the knee or goodbye like he's doing with Marjorie Taylor Greene. All right, let's go into the audience. Is there anybody out there that still supports Donald Trump? Anyone out there still supporting Donald Trump? Good morning, Q-Dog. Nice to see you. Anyone out there still supporting their dear leader? Go ahead and identify yourselves in the comment section. Let's see. Because what I've done is a total annihilation, obliteration of the Trump supporters, right? They know by the time they get in the box, you know, they'll scroll in and out, and then they'll come in and try to act like they didn't hear what I was talking about for the past hour or so. You heard what I'm saying. You heard exactly what I'm saying. All right? Why do you still support this guy? All right, go ahead, put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump voter, or send a guest request. And what we'll do is we'll get you in here and we'll get you out of here as fast as possible. All right, go ahead, ladies. And see, this is the favorite part of the show. Let's see. Where are the Trump voters at? Where are the ones that are out there saying the economy is doing great? Yeah. All right, let's see. You would be mortified if you were a Trump supporter. And again, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't an anomaly, all right? This is happening all across social media. Trump voters, the ones that have been out there bragging about how great Donald Trump is, they've been hiding in their safe spaces, all right? You know me, I'll venture out. Right, I get it. I'm the same here. I'm the same there. If there's an issue, you know, I don't mind having the conversation. These folks don't got nothing to offer. They're struggling right now. Yeah, DJ was in here, but he hiding right now. Y'all notice that, right? Not a word. Good morning, Takesha.
Hey, Zeus, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Zeus, what time the smart president gonna show up?
At 0 o'clock, whatever that is.
Because the dumb one in the office got to go.
Yeah. Takesha, let's go. Go ahead.
He said we need a smart president. I was just wondering what time he gonna show up.
Yeah. I agree. It's almost like he was projecting in a way, right? Because you know he was talking about himself the whole time.
Listen, Zeus, the man is living in delusion land. I don't care what MAGA say. I don't care what nobody say. Donald Trump really living in his own reality.
Sad.
I don't even think the man even understand what high costs are, because he's never bought anything for real.
No.
If you take him to the grocery store, Zeus,
yeah,
I don't know where he'll think he at. The man is confused. Energy is not going down. Groceries are not going. Stop it, Donald Trump.
Thank you.
But you know what I think, Zeus?
What's that?
I honestly think the White House is continuing to let him do these interviews.
Why?
So when they get ready to put J.D. Vance in, they can claim, he don't know what's going on.
Oh.
And he got to go.
Oh.
They making a way for J.D.
Really?
To take over the reins.
You think they're in on this? You think, because I saw some polling numbers and they're actually saying JD is actually polling higher than Trump.
And listen to me. I see it just as clear as the day is long.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm telling you, they getting ready, Zeus. That's going to be their Christmas present. Him at the door and JD Vance in by January the 15th.
Really?
We're going to have a new president.
Wow. Well, I mean, clearly I don't like JD, but that would be the only way JD could actually probably run and win. I mean, he can't even run and win. So the only way he could be president is, the 25th Amendment, so to speak.
Absolutely. The only problem I really, and I'm going to go back to President Biden, Trump bring him up so much. Trump got Biden derangement syndrome.
Seriously.
Because he cannot have an interview without bringing up Joe Biden or President Obama. You got to get over it, Trump. They were better than you. Get over it. Yeah. But my thing is this. I just really wish when Biden decided he wasn't going to run again, he would have stepped to the side and let Kamala finish his term out.
Yeah.
I think he should have did that for her.
Yeah.
But hey, that's water under the bridge.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, but little Nebuchadnezzar, he won't be in there much longer.
You don't think that he's going to do the whole 4 years or the rest of his term?
I told you that from the beginning. He's not doing 4 years, Zeus. No, absolutely should have not.
Yeah, you did. I don't know what to say. What about the economy and stuff like that?
It's horrible.
But
it's terrible.
Caroline put out a report yesterday. According to DoorDash, your eggs are cheaper, bagels are cheaper, avocados are cheaper.
Hey,
so
Zeus.
what she's saying is that folks out there, Trump is bringing prices down. You don't believe that?
Zeus, let me tell you how ignorant she is. Do you know how much money they charge you when you get some DoorDashed? Have you ever done DoorDash, Zeus?
I've done it a while ago, but do they charge you?
Okay, let me say this, Zeus.
Do you charge?
One day, I didn't have a ride.
Okay.
I wanted some Jacks.
Okay.
The meal that I get from Jacks is $7.45.
Okay.
I get me a number one, which is a big Jack, with 2 pieces of meat on it. Because I can't eat no hamburger with one hamburger. I got to have a double burger.
You got to eat. You got to eat.
Got to have 2 meats on your burger.
Okay, so that's like $8 is what you're saying.
$8, Zeus.
Okay.
When they got through adding in the DoorDash cost and the tip for the driver, I end up paying $17.15. How can she tell what people are saving through DoorDash when they adding all them fees with DoorDash? Caroline, stop lying. I wish that cross would burn through her chest like heartburn she could stop all that lying.
Amen. So you don't go off the data that Caroline is using.
Caroline don't have no data. Caroline don't have nothing but a tongue that lies. And she going to be right behind Trump in the line, begging to get in. And G's going to say, hey, step to the side with your little necklace. And I see you got your Louis Vuitton tote. And go on to hell.
Amen. Now, Takesha, since we on this topic, I still want to double check with you. We had a check-in about the government shutdown and flight. And, are you still feeling like, they need to open up the government and that we should relax on the Democrats that some of us believe?
Listen, I do because listen, the Democrats, they was mad at the Democrats for shutting the government down. Now you're mad at the Democrats for opening the government. The Democrats can't do nothing to satisfy anybody. Nobody has said anything about the reason why we had a government shutdown, which was the Republicans refusing to help the American people. Nobody's talking about that. It's always something negative with the people that's trying to help you the most.
Amen.
Leave them folks alone. You said something yesterday,
and
I wanted to come back up. You said, well, didn't Jesus get in the wilderness 40 days?
He sure did.
It ended in 40 days.
Amen.
Hold on, Zeus.
Go ahead.
It rained 40 days during the flood.
Oh.
It ended in 40 days.
Oh, hit it.
The shutdown.
Okay.
The shutdown, Zeus. 40 days. They wanted to, come to the table and talk.
Yeah.
The flood had a purpose. Fasting had a purpose. And the shutdown had a purpose. In the end, Zeus, it's all going to work out for our good.
All right. Fair enough.
Now don't come to trying to bring no verses to me, try to make yourself seem right, because you around here just as crazy as you can see, man. I sit at home sometimes and think about some of the stuff you say, Zeus. I get so took it, I be about to choke. I can't deal with you, Zeus.
Okay,
because you're crazy.
No, but it's crazy good, because there's bad crazy and then there's crazy good. I'm just a person, basically after God's heart. You know how this works. Not perfect.
You
but
have to what, Zeus?
I'm just, yeah, you know the style. Yeah, and, did I add handsome too? And a lot of brothers get sick when I say that. But if I don't
now
care.
listen,
yeah.
Now I can agree with you on that handsome. Now,
thank you, Takesha.
Ain't nobody, Zeus.
Talk to him.
Ain't nobody on this app even coming close
Bingo.
to being more handsome than you.
There you go. And that's not.
The mole was broke when you came along, my boy.
Thank you, Takesha. You know what? You made me feel a lot better about the Democrats caving when you just said that. And people might say I'm being vain, but we all have our vices, so it is what it is.
Zeus,
don't
pull a Donald Trump.
No,
don't change your mind because of compliments. Zeus.
No, because that did make me feel good, to be honest with you. And so you know what? Let bygones be bygones. We live.
Well,
to
you
fight
know what,
another
Zeus?
day. Fair enough.
I'm gonna say this, then I got to go.
Okay, fair enough.
I look at you as how I was in high school. Zeus, I was so fine, I was trying to get with myself. I didn't need nobody trying to talk to me, baby. Because when I looked in the mirror said, God dog.
Hey.
So I know that's what your mirror over there saying.
Bingo.
When you get in it, Zeus.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo. Tell him, Takesha. Wow, Takesha. Listen, I don't know how you do it, but I'll say this. You're going to get very far in life with that attitude, all right? And don't let nobody steal your sunshine, all right? Don't let none
they definitely want to.
Thank you.
Yeah. Y'all have a great day,
Right.
and thank you for the ones that served and the ones that are serving.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service.
All right.
All right, have a great one, Zeus.
You too. Ladies and gentlemen, not one lie detected. I was listening, not one lie. Takesha, I just want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, because I was I was really struggling. I was in a bad place, Lord knows. You just said the right word, so that's a W for Takesha. Let's see who we got next, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, who said this? Mods, we have somebody. I am the most handsome. Okay. Mods, please watch out. All right, let's go. Let's see, SZ. Good morning.
Morning, Zeus.
Morning. How are you? Somebody said bring SZ up. All right. How are you doing?
Morning. I'm doing great. So
right.
I didn't know if you just heard, but the creepy Mikey Johnson came out and said he may not even consider negotiating about healthcare.
When did he say that?
I believe I came across it yesterday.
Oh. So what is the vibe? How are the American people reacting to that? And then, if you don't mind, could you explain how this could impact the American people?
Oh, with this deal, yesterday I was angry just as you.
Yeah.
But after calming myself down and talking to people and seeing people who understand, I came to a conclusion. Okay, I see what they're going at. They're telling the Republican Party, hey, we got the government running. Govern. Do your work. Do your job.
Okay.
Do your job. And this by Mikey, creepy Mikey Pants.
We call him MAGA Mike or MAGA Mike Grinder.
Oh, he's a creeper. He's creepy.
Yeah.
Saying, hey, you know what? We might not even put it on the table. And that's going to affect 20 million people without possibly health care, paying their premiums up to what? Possibly 2,000? Heck. Donald Trump said, hey, I'm giving you all $2,000. Supposedly.
That's our money back. He's trying to give us the money he stole from us back, and he's not even giving us the full issue. Right? He stole that money from us.
Exactly. That's our money. That is, have you seen the commercial? I want my money now.
Yeah.
That commercial?
Yeah.
Hell, we want our money. That's our money.
Yeah.
What are you doing to put it to good use? Nothing.
Not a thing.
And to me, this is political suicide. I'm sorry, political.
I get it. I get what you're saying. You said it. You said it. You know, it is what it is. And again, and when you say it that way, it's for you're saying this is bad. This is bad for Donald Trump and the Republicans, correct?
Oh, this and what Tiki, I am 100% what Takesha said.
Yeah,
he's not going to make it. He ain't gonna make it. He ain't gonna make it.
Whether it's his health or his poll numbers.
Oh, it's both. Let's just be honest. It's both. But you know, and as a law enforcement, I have a bone to pick with ICE, and I don't care if ICE is looking. F ICE. F ICE.
You feel that way about ICE?
Oh yes, because I mean, not too long ago there was a video that came out where ICE had put I believe an individual on the ground, handcuffed, and out of sheer official misconduct because of excessive use of force, right there, punched them in the face. They were detained. Wow. And not only that, but you have Greg Bavino. He's 5'3". He is a short gremlin.
Wow.
Who goes up to to one of the judges. I believe her name was I'm sorry.
This is the judge in Chicago. Am I correct?
Yes, correct. And I work around the Chicagoland area.
He's only 5'3".
Yes. Wow. He is a gremlin.
Lady boss. Wow.
He's a gremlin.
Wow.
And goes up, and when I believe when he went up to her and says, and this is an old school tactic used by law enforcement. I've seen it. Yeah. It is one of these old school tactics. And says to the judge, you know, when she asked him, why don't you have a camera? He goes, well, you know, I wasn't trained for camera.
Wow.
BS. I call BS on that. Wow. That is pure BS. As a law enforcement officers, ICE is making, I am so ashamed. I'm embarrassed.
Yeah, I am too. And you know, and the poll numbers, they're reflecting that, believe it or not. I was looking at this. They're seeing a lot of Latino voters that voted for Donald Trump. They're now going the opposite direction and voting for the Democrat Party. Do you kind of have an assessment of that based on what you know that there's some truth to that?
Oh, it's not just that. I've had law enforcement officers, especially from CPD, just and people I work around, especially in part time and whatnot. I ask them, and they say, "Screw ICE."
Even so, you're saying law enforcement, they are frustrated with what ICE is doing. And for the records, ladies and gentlemen, and if I'm lying, SZ, let me know. They're not going after the bad people that Donald Trump promised they would prioritize. They're going after women and children, and they're using excessive force when they do it. I've seen videos, women and children being slammed to the ground, zip tied, and stuff like that. Am I right?
Yes, Zeus. Did you see that TikTok video of the man? And a lot of people are saying he faked a seizure while holding his own child. Wow. They're trying to say, "Oh, he faked." No, he did not fake a seizure. I've seen individuals fake seizures. This one was not.
I haven't seen that video. Wow.
This individual is having a seizure while his wife was with him in the car, and ICE agents coming in. I mean, from my understanding, if a individual has a medical emergency, it is the fiduciary duty for a law enforcement to give them medical attention and to ensure they are safe and are healthy. I
can't. People are saying I need to see it. Someone please, if you could, please send it to me, share it to me. I need to look at this because there's only so much I personally can take, and I know I shouldn't say that, but a lot of the stuff, it's gut-wrenching to know that we live in a country where this is they're trying to normalize it. I'll never let it be normalized in my word.
And allegedly, from a source, they only obtained 2 weeks training. 2 weeks training. I understood during my academy months, we had about 4 months of training. Heck. They've increased it to 5 to 6 months of training, and it was because we had mental health crisis. We had to understand CPR. to use a defibrillator.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it was to assess people with medical issues.
Yeah.
But 2 weeks, I know that McDonald's trains people for 2 weeks, and they still don't understand what they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, last time I checked, the last McDonald's I went to, their ice cream machine, their Sunday machine was actually working. So I'm surprised.
Yeah. Wow. This is gut-wrenching, SC. It's gut-wrenching, but you know what? I'm so glad that you were able to bring this to our attention, and I'm going to look into, honestly, the videos that you're suggesting. And if anyone could send, maybe you could send it to me if you can.
There are so many videos out there that people have taken that I keep recording these vile individuals. These, I mean, I recall FBI we call it a two-from or a memo. We call it a two-from or a memo.
Yeah.
Saying to ICE or DHS, or their new thing, investigators.
Yeah.
They're trying to change their damn name. That maybe you should identify yourselves.
Yeah.
Because there are people dressing up as you, claiming to be ICE, physically harming people, sexually abusing people.
Wow, disgusting.
I mean, what did you expect from people wearing masks and not identifying themselves? Hell, I know that if somebody asked me for my badge number and my last name, I'm supposed to give it to them.
Yeah. And if they weren't committing, you know what I say? I say only people wearing a mask, if you do that on Halloween, or you're a criminal. Or it's for health reasons. You know, you did that during C-19. There's no other reason, honestly. If it's not a health reason, it's not Halloween, then the only reason you're wearing a mask is because you're breaking the law. And that's just how I see it, all right?
Well, I mean, I'm guessing then it's Halloween every day for ICE. Because they're wearing costumes, camouflage.
Yeah.
I mean, who does that? They don't have a single uniform. I have a uniform that I wear that is basically universal within my department. Why not them?
Yeah.
And then the best part that I think that it puts a nail in a coffin is that in Chicago, while ICE was claiming to do their little claiming to do their
Operation
work,
Midway Blitz.
or that's not. I mean,
is that what you're referring to?
What they're kidnapping. That's what I'm gonna call it. They're kidnapping these individuals. They're kidnapping families. They're kidnapping people to break them apart. And in all essence, they just had a taste of what police officers sometimes get, not all the time, but apparently a Jeep, a black Jeep, had drove up with tinted windows, and then we don't know if these were ICE agents. Apparently, from that memo, we don't know if these were ICE agents. And then you had people using their Second Amendment right against these individuals. Second Amendment right. I mean, all you MAGA are all for Second Amendment. What's wrong with this? Because you don't know if these were ICE agents claiming to be ICE agents.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
You're right.
I'm just saying, allegedly. I'm just saying,
I gotta
allegedly.
move it on, SC. But you know, what we want to do is say thank you for bringing that information to the kingdom, my friend. All right.
Deuce.
I appreciate it. We could do this all day long, you know that. But you know, yes.
And MAGA's just jealous.
Yeah.
You are handsome, sir. They're just jealous because you are handsome. Let just be known.
That's true. You are too. You know what? You are too. All right, because these people understand what type of time we're on over here. All of us look good, but I look the best. All right, WSZ.
And Tiny Take Tim, grow a neck.
Yeah, grow
a neck.
All right, SZ. Thank you. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, that's my good friend SZ. Let's give him a round of applause. No lies detected. Hey, Tiny Tank Top Tim, honestly, what do you want to say to us every day? Don't you have something else to do in your world that you live in? Don't you have a liquor store to rob or something? He knows you know what I mean when I said that, all right? Because I don't get it. You come into the show and you totally despise everything we say, but you want to you're the first one in, you're the last one to leave, and you're doing the most engagement. And again, if you need professional help, we can get it to you, but you have to be willing to admit you have a problem, all right? And that's a huge W, Zeus. Good morning, Jess. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing great, especially now that you're here. Long time no see.
I know, man. Every time, so school started, so I got to get the kids ready and get them out, and it's and I'm working more, so.
Okay, I understand.
But, I wanted to come up here and talk about poverty a little bit and how we, as a society, talk about poverty and how it's impacted our nation forever, because this SNAP conversation has really brought out some of the nastiest of the nasty conversation points. So since the 70s, did you know this, that real wages have only gone up about 0.3%?
No, I did not. And I thought now with Trump in office that it's gone up several percentage points. So you're saying this is not what it is?
No, not at all. And I wanted to also add that people like Trump, the big corporations that he helps do whatever they want, right?
Yeah.
Since the 70s or 80s, even the 90s, let's do the 90s.
Yeah.
More and more jobs have become automated. And here recently, within the last couple of years, we've noticing a lot of people cutting jobs because of AI.
Yeah.
So most franchises or even big companies like Apple, for example, Apple has 750,000 employees globally.
Wow.
Can you tell me how many of those employees are full-time?
How many? I wouldn't know.
Do you want to take a guess for the chat?
750,000. I say half because I could be right or wrong in the middle of that, right? So about half of them.
63,000.
Oh wow, I was close, W Zeus, but thank you, Jess. I was close.
Only 63,000 out of 750,000 are full time, and Google actually relies heavily on straight up contract gigs.
Oh. So no benefits. These people aren't really getting benefits and stuff like that you would get if you're an employee. Interesting. No pension or anything like that.
Nope. And we know even corporations like McDonald's, right? You go in now and you order on a computer. I work with adults that have disabilities, right? And I've actually gotten people jobs at McDonald's. They purposely hire people part-time so they don't have to give you benefents.
I thought the minimum wage went up, though.
Oh, but who cares about that? Because they can't get health care now. And I wanted to also talk about the U.S. Chamber of Commerce just a little bit, because since we're talking about wages and we're talking about workers, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce is one of the biggest, entities that works against and lobbies against workers' wages being increased. In 2022, the U.S. Chambers dedicated more than $35 million to influencing government policy, while unions spent a combined total of roughly $25 million. Wow. But keep in mind, the U.S. Chamber is just a single pro-business organization, but 5 of the top 100 or so organizations that spent the most money lobbying represent their interests. And on top of it, let's move over a little bit. I want to talk about how we've been trained to think poor people are lazy since the beginning.
Yeah, I've heard this.
Capitalism sees the poor as idle and unmotivated. And a lot of these businesses have to have that idea of how to get the masses into these slaughterhouses or mills and work as little as possible. Or, work as much as they can and pay as little as possible. And there's a dissertation by Joseph Townsend written in 1786 called A Dissertation on Poor Laws by a Well-Wisher of Mankind. Mind you, his essay, his treatise, became common sense and common law after that. And many economists and other people actually cite it, even today.
Really?
Yeah, and Daniel Defoe was another man who published a pamphlet arguing that the poor would not work for wages if they were given alms. This argument was repeated over and over by leading thinkers, including Thomas Malthus and another famous treatise in 1798. So from the beginning, from the founding of our nation, we have hated poor people.
Ain't that something? Ain't that something? That hurts because, you know, when you say the word poor people, there's an image that pops up into my head. I don't know what image pops up into your head.
You think of a little ragamuffin, right?
I mean,
Sorry, I'm just going to say it. You think of a Dusty.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy is many people that are actually homeless have jobs. They want you to think of someone on the sidelines. There's people in their car. There's people that could be working with you side by side and you wouldn't even know it because you're not that close with that person. It could just be some random person you pass at work. You don't talk to him. You don't get lunch with them and you don't know nothing about him. It could be them.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I've been through a lot of things in life, but you're bringing up a point, and I think it matters a lot more now because you hear things going on right now. Tara.
Oh, thank you.
The way Donald Trump and his supporters get on people out here who just need help. It's disgusting, and they do it in the name of Jesus. You know what I'm saying? And this is really what grinds my gears. I have never seen evil coming from a place that you would expect not to see evil at levels that it's coming out right now. And I say, how did we get here as a nation? Did any other information you looked into? How did we get here as a nation where the so-called Christians are the ones doing the most evil things?
You know what I think it is? I think so. Have you seen the woman calling these churches and asking for just one single can of formula? And she's playing the sound of a crying baby in the background.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Okay, so I'll send you the videos.
Okay.
She called over 43 churches. You want to know how many helped?
How many?
Only 9.
Oh.
And she called a mosque. She called a mosque. She called a Muslim center. You want to know what they said?
What they say?
Without hesitation, you could hear the man grabbing his keys in the background and said, "What kind of formula does your baby take? And where are you located?"
Wow. So what does that say? What does that say?
One of the churches, you want to know what the church said?
What?
He said, "Our benevolence is for members only."
Oh, members only. You know what that means? Clan members only. I get what they mean when they say it, because that's how I would.
You have to tithe. You have to tithe.
Yeah.
To be eligible.
Yeah. What a disgrace. I mean, and now they're so confident about doing it because Trump is in office now, and they believe this. They don't even have to wear their hoods anymore. They just literally do it out in the open, right?
And they're justifying it. They're justifying it. So some of these people that have had their churches be called have come up onto TikTok to defend themselves, and they're citing Proverbs saying that woman is folly and she's the devil, literally talking about I rebuke her and all this craziness, right? And you're just upset that she pulled your covers a little bit. You know, you don't like that you were tested and you failed. And one pastor came up on here and said, "Well, churches get scammed all the time. We're not obligated to help you."
That's your excuse? Imagine if Jesus would have said that. Right?
Yeah.
Imagine if Jesus, broke
and
the bread.
Jesus said, "You get scammed one time, you stop helping people forever."
Yeah. This is why I tell folks, be cautious about where you fellowship at, where you who you allowed to pray over you and stuff like that, because a lot of y'all don't even realize it because you haven't read your Bible. You don't know what Jesus is. You're basically in a den of demons. A den of demons is where you're going every day, and then you wonder why I warm up the lake of fire and send them straight to hell.
I don't want to take too much of your time, Zeus, but I wanted to say one more thing about the wages before I hop down. So it is not illegal to talk about wages at work. Your boss doesn't want you to talk about wages at work because they're paying other people more than they're paying you. And if you don't talk about it, it's harder for you to figure out which one of the workers are being exploited the worst. When you know what you're being paid and others are being paid, it's harder for them to exploit you.
Amen.
And it's harder for the control.
Amen. Hit him with it, Jess. W's
All
in the
right.
chat for Jess.
Thank you for bringing me up, Zeus. Love you, brother.
Love you too, sis. Thank you. Oh, wow, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, we're getting quite the educational experience this morning. This is what happens when people are craving the truth, all right? Let's go back into the audience. Do we have anyone else out there? Any Trump voters out there real quickly? Because, I like to mix it up a little bit. Do we have anybody else out there that supports Donald Trump? Identify yourselves in my comment section. All right, because, now it's time to understand or ask you, honestly, why would you still be supporting this guy? Why would anybody still be supporting Donald Trump, hearing all of this knowledge that's coming out of this show today, ladies and gentlemen? Why? All right, let's give him another. Let's see. Tiny Tank Top Tim, you didn't answer my question. All right, you're not answering my question. All right, you're not answering my question. All right, hold on, Takesha. You said you wanted to address something real quick.
Hey, Zeus.
Yeah.
0 hours, 33 seconds had said something about me. I'm going to go on and address that because, I hadn't done this in a while. He said that I must have been fine during the Civil War. I'm glad you thought you was on somebody's comedy stage with that stupid, ignorant fool of a joke. Because even if it was in the Civil War, I was still fine, you fool. Now, let me tell you something, you dumb dipshit. Yeah, dumb dipshit.
Whoa,
let me say this to you.
Wow.
No, I'm sorry, Zeus. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure that 0 hour and 33 is the 33 seconds that you're letting women know you can only give them. And you should be ashamed for coming at a woman whose spur tongue is bigger than your penis. You're walking around with a spur tongue for a penis. The next time you want to address me like a man that you wish you were. You little, simple, in between the legs man. Okay? So you take them 33 seconds and find you somebody to play with, okay? Have a great day, Zeus.
Sorry, Mom. Takesha did that. I didn't. Wow. W's in the chat for Takesha. W, Zeus. I apologize because we didn't, we keep it clean over here, and I don't know what just happened there, but it is what it is. We'll move on. That never happened, ladies and gentlemen. It never happened. Let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. Do we have any Trump voters out there? Put a one in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. All right. Oh my goodness. Wow. Put a one in the chat. I'll bring you right on up here. Identify yourselves. Why are the Trump voters sitting there hiding in the comment section? And they catch me in these other spaces and they'll go, Zeus, I've been waiting to talk to you. You haven't been waiting to talk to me. I've been here the whole time. I do the show 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday, same time. And you can't give me an honest answer to any of the questions we're asking you. All right. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Moving along. Oh, there she is right there. There she is. This is Christina, somebody that I'm doing a little bit of a rehabilitation program with. But I believe it's hi Christina.
Good morning.
Yeah, so just to double check, you're still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes. Yeah. Good morning.
And so why? Because you know that's not a good thing to do.
No, and I know, and he's. I mean, I agree. I agree that stuff has gotten bad. I mean, as far as
It's bad.
You know,
It's
I
bad.
said
It's not.
everything.
It's not really just bad. It's terrible, Christina. You know,
Mommy,
people are losing their lives, Christina.
real.
You know that?
Yeah. Yes, I
They're
know.
literally being snatched out of their communities. Their families are being destroyed daily. Every day, multiple families are being destroyed.
Did you see that video where a little girl was pepper sprayed in the face?
I haven't seen it, but if that's what happened, was it done by ICE agents?
Yes.
So why would you still support Trump when you know he's doing bad things like this?
Well, I think he needs to, get ICE's attention or something and tell them to quit doing what they're doing to people.
He said they haven't gone far enough. Did you hear him say that?
No, was that yesterday? Because I know he talked to
It was,
Laura
I think,
Ingram or something.
not just yesterday. It was maybe a week ago. I think he sat down on Fox News,
Okay, well, I
and
must have missed that.
he said they haven't gone far enough. Isn't it time for you to call it a quits on this guy? Because I'm really pulling for you, Christina. I really am. You say things like somebody else, they cooked me on their platform. You know what you said. She didn't cook me.
Yeah.
She didn't cook
Well,
me.
no, she was talking about screw worms in the meat and
Yeah,
stuff. You
yeah.
remember that?
No, I don't remember the exact details, but was it the conversation about importing beef from Argentina?
Yes, that's the conversation. Yes.
Yeah. And again, you're not going to convince Americans that getting cattle from Argentina that could potentially have foot and mouth disease is a good thing. She
Oh,
says
no, I don't think that's a good thing at all.
yeah. So I don't get cooked in spaces where people
Oh,
just.
no, I don't.
Wow. Wow. What is that? How did that happen? Get cooked. How the heck did that happen? Did you hear that?
Yes, I did. That's not me. I don't know where that came from.
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, I did. That's not me. I don't know where that came from.
Hold on, we're having technical difficulties.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Hold on, I'm going to drop you. Hold on, we're having technical difficulties.
Okay.
Wow. That is so weird, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear me? Can you all hear me out there? That is so weird. Can you hear me? Can you all hear me out there? Hold on. That is so weird. Hold on. Can you hear me? Can you all hear me out there? Hold on. That is so weird. Hold on. Can you hear me? Can you all hear me out there? Oh, that is so weird. Can you hear me? Can you all hear me out there? Oh, that is so weird. Can you hear me? Wow, that is so weird. Why is it doing that? All right, let's see, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Wow, yeah, that's weird. Hold on. Jesus Christ. Can you hear me? Jesus Christ. Can you hear me? All right. Let's see. We'll test it out. Let's see if Val can come up here. Hey, Val, are you there?
I just want to make sure you don't have the delay. You had like this weird delayed echo.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It seems like something happened on my machine. I don't know what it is. But it sounds like we're back. Yeah, it is a strong MAGA demon force. All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Wow.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
Yeah, I have no clue.
And it wasn't like a little delay, like an immediate delay. It was like 3 or 4 seconds later.
Well, it started coming out of the speakers. I'm talking here, and it starts coming out of my speakers, and I'm like, well, what the heck is that? So I don't know what the heck is going on, but we'll make it work. Welcome to the show, Val.
Thank you. Hey, I mean, you played Donald Trump earlier, talking to, you know what I'm saying, talking about the economy and stuff like that, and he brought up tariffs. Did anybody catch what he said about the amount on tariffs?
It was over 20 trillion, right?
$20 trillion. So is Donald Trump saying that he collected enough money in 10 months to pay off half our national debt?
That's what I heard him say.
Is that what I heard? I just want to make sure I heard that the same way. I mean, he's got the money to pay off half our national debt.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, he says that, but then I believe on Truth Social, they're going back and forth about the tariffs, and the Supreme Court potential ruling, and I think he only says they got 3 trillion or something. You heard about that?
Yeah, I don't even think it's 3 trillion.
Yeah, so it's like he needs to get the number correct because all of a sudden he's broke when it's time to pay back the money, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard, close to, in the early billions somewhere, but not trillions. I mean, we're talking, that's, I mean, if he's got $20 trillion to pay off our national debt, I'm all for it. Go.
Yeah. Me too. Me
Go.
too.
I will call it a success and a win for Donald Trump. If that's the case, I will call it. If that's the case, go for it. But, we know it's not true.
Yeah.
No,
not
I
true
mean,
at all.
You've had some interesting people up here today, and that, like the one lady, which I really haven't quite figured out yet.
Who?
And Christina, I don't know what's really going on there. That's very strange.
Yeah.
But then, and I'm sorry, I can't unhear what Keisha said, and I don't know if I want to unhear it.
Yeah, what she said was to me definitely scary, very alarming, and we're just going to let that be in the history books. But I hope 33 learned his lesson.
33 got cooked, buddy.
Yeah.
I'd run and hide. I'd go find DJ.
Tell him, Val. Tell him.
I'd go find DJ, run and hide.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, there's a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on in our country today. And that interview was telling, right? I mean, the amount of lies just in that one interview was insane.
Exactly.
He wants to blame, you know what I'm saying? He wants to blame the Biden administration for everything. I want people to remember something. It wasn't Biden that raised interest rates. Biden didn't want to see interest rates going up.
No.
It was due to poor handling of a pandemic in this country that raised interest rates.
Yeah.
The way they had to go up.
Yeah.
It was worldwide inflation. People would like to go, well, no, it was Biden's inflation. No, it's worldwide. Biden didn't create worldwide inflation. But a lot of countries in a pandemic did.
Speak on it now.
You can't take that away. And anybody, and his mishandling of that is why our interest was up. Or his mishandling of that is why we had the worst results of the entire developed world. Okay? That is a reality from Donald J. Trump. And y'all can spit that aside all you want to, but it will always be real. And math doesn't lie.
Amen.
Not that he can do math. That's we the 20 trillion kind of told us that.
Yeah.
I mean, I want you to remember that $20 trillion would be, I don't know the exact number, but roughly around $500 million a person.
Wow.
I'm saying so. So good luck with that.
Tell him, Val.
So we've got to get things right in this country. We've got to, like the lady that came up here just a second ago, Christina, and the thing that bugs me, she sat here and she's talking about the person pepper sprayed and how she didn't like it. And, and you tell her about Trump not wanting to, you know what I'm saying, saying they're not going far enough. And she has no remorse for that.
Yeah.
Well, man, did you really care about the child that you're talking about when you made that statement?
You're saying you can't have it both ways, right?
You can't have it both ways. You can't come up here and have care for a child and then turn right around and defend the person that created the problem. You cannot do it both ways.
Right. That's how
pick a side.
That's Christina. Are you still here? I think I got my situation under control. But Val is saying, we wanted to make sure you understand it, and you're not, going around here thinking you can have it both ways. All right, because
as you're holding a child, obviously in your arms at that very moment that you're saying it. The child you're holding in your arms right now, you are telling that child it's okay if Donald Trump comes and sprays bear spray or pepper spray in its eyes. That's what you just said because you're backing it.
Wow. I really do. I'm rooting for some of these people. But you know what they're dealing with, right? And it happened yesterday. A reporter asked Donald Trump about Marjorie Taylor Greene and her rhetoric lately. And Trump very plainly just said she's lost her way, and he thinks it's just an act. And so basically he's sicking the dogs on Marjorie because of this, So don't you think that's part of the issue? They're afraid to leave the cult?
Yeah, I mean, that should be. Look, people should have left the cult a minute ago when, or years ago.
Yeah.
After his first administration. January 6th should have been the end all for everyone. Sorry, I know y'all don't like to hear about it, but January 6th should have been the end all for everyone.
True.
Okay? When you try to subvert the vote of the American people, you are no longer American.
That part.
You have stepped over the boundary. Mm-hmm. And that should have been, y'all can talk about the fights, you can talk about everybody going into the Capitol and all that, but there's one thing that y'all will never get over, and it will never, ever be other than proven, and that is the fake electors. You will never get past what he tried to do right there.
Bingo. And he pardoned these people yesterday, but I just heard that the states, they're still pursuing the cases, states like Arizona. What did they say?
Wisconsin? Yeah, he can't pardon state charges.
Yeah.
And states like Arizona are going to go after him. Now they're going to go after him even harder.
Yeah.
So's Michigan, you know what I'm saying? So's a lot of other states that they tried to pull this off in. And Rudy Giuliani was a part of this. But, these pardons and then the excuse, well, I didn't know, now we've got this, I didn't know I pardoned these people thing. What are we talking about here? What do we, you know what I'm saying? The only person that has pardon powers in government is the president of the United States for federal charges. It's only the president.
Yeah.
And you're saying you don't know you didn't pardon some of these people?
Yep.
Excuse me?
Yeah. And that's why we say it's the scandal of the century, honestly, because he's doing something very clever. He's blaming Joe Biden for the auto pen, but the whole time it's him. The whole time it's him.
Exactly. Every accusation, right? Every accusation is a confession.
Bingo.
And these are the things that we're talking about, people. Is this really what you want to go through for the next 3 years? Okay? For the next 3 years, do you want to see our economy continue to fall because of bad decisions or just saying stupid stuff out in public? I've heard many of y'all come up even into this live and go, I wished he would talk less. Well, guess what? We do too.
Yeah.
We wished he would talk less too, because every time he makes a stupid statement, the president of the United States affects the economy somehow worldwide. This is reality. Always has been reality. That is why we trust in people that can maintain their composure, that can watch what they say, that understanding that everything they say has an implication somewhere in the U.S. or the world. And these are the problems we're having. And then the false deals, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, I made this big deal with Europe. I made this big deal with China. And then we go and research and we find out these deals were put in place by the Biden administration.
Bingo.
Okay?
Yes, Joe Biden held his composure. Conservative Democrat, please relax.
Absolutely. I mean, you didn't hear Joe Biden running around going, I'm going to just put 100% tariffs on everybody in the world.
Never.
You didn't hear Joe Biden say stupid stuff like that.
Never.
You didn't hear Joe Biden calling other countries junk and garbage and everything like that. You didn't have Joe Biden trying to give $20 billion to another country to maintain their leadership because he likes the guy.
Yeah.
Okay? When in this country have we given $20 billion to a dictator to maintain power? I'll wait.
Yeah, when?
You know what I'm saying? I'll wait. Please tell me.
Yeah.
Okay, and tell me what president did it.
Oh,
I mean,
how much money did Biden give Ukraine and Israel?
Israel's not a dictatorship.
Yeah. And neither is Ukraine. So
neither is Ukraine.
And what difference does that make in a moment like this where the economy is literally in shambles? Right? Right now we're in a very bad situation.
What could $20 billion do in the US right now?
Yeah. Oh, talk about a real it could provide a lot of immediate relief, Val. You know, but these people, they're so afraid of it because they don't want to be socialists, right? So they would rather starve. This is some of the most insane conduct and behavior that I've had to deal with. But you know what, Val? We're going to get to the bottom of it. And, you know, hopefully we'll get somebody up here brave enough that can actually get up here and try to defend Donald Trump. All right, brother?
Yeah, not a problem. Thank y'all very much. But remember, guys, we've got midterms coming up. You know what I'm saying? That season is going to kick off. We need to start paying attention to the candidates. We need to get out there and work, and we need to go do our part to help these candidates and to help get this country back on track.
Amen. W. Val. And thank you for fixing my situation over here. I don't know what you did, but
you did. I didn't fix it. I was just telling you what was going on.
Hey, you figured out something, sir. I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, W. Val, seriously. Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Do we have anybody else out there? Any Trump voters out there? Identify yourselves in the comment section. Go ahead and identify yourselves, MAGA. It doesn't take long to do this. All right. Okay. Who do we have? All right. Who do we have? Tennessee is about to have an early voting. Yes. Afton Bain. Make sure if you haven't, get out there, get the word out there. We need to make sure Afton Bain wins December 2nd. All right. Because what we don't want is we don't want MAGA Mike Grinder Johnson to be able to avoid having to release those Epstein files that we all know he's sitting on. All right, because you know what they're doing. They're running a ring of some sort. All right, let's get up here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see, who do we have next? All right, good morning, Shay. Welcome, Shay. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, that's yeah, well, we've got 216 once we swear in Adelita Grijalva and Christian Menifee from Houston. So we'll be at 216.
Okay.
So Afton Bain, is he a Republican or Democrat?
Oh, it's a she. It's a she. Afton Bain. Here
Afton Bain's a girl. Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, here. Let me see. There she is on. This is her account. I don't know if you can get that. Well, the A is missing, but you could go find her on TikTok. Make sure you spread her information out there. She's fighting. You know, I watched Jasmine Crockett go out there and show some support too. Well, she did it via Zoom, but we really got to do a better job of getting these folks, you know, out here and, you know, spreading awareness about who they are, because really they're going up against a lot. She's running in a red district, but they're saying, you know, she has a good chance. If she could get the turnout.
Yeah, if she wins that seat, then that'll give us 217.
Yep.
So then it'll be 217 to 218.
Yeah.
Holy mess.
Yes. That's what we need. So Tennessee, please, if you're listening to this show and you're in Tennessee or you know someone in Tennessee that's in the, I think, District 7 or whatever, please make sure you continue to spread the awareness, all right? Because Americans we need real results out of these folks in Congress, and you're not going to get it with MAGA Mike Grinder Johnson and his group of non-compliant individuals, all right? So yeah, that's my plug. You know, I shouldn't do that, but I've done it. Sorry.
Right. Yeah, and I think we all, you know, if you can donate to her campaign like $5, guys, we should do that. Even if, you know, you don't live in her district, like any little thing we can help to narrow that margin even slimmer would be amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering how a 50-year mortgage would work.
Oh.
Like, I'm sitting here. Can you even imagine Can you even imagine? Like, I've lived in my house 21 years. There's no way I would live in that house for 50 years. I mean, the average home buyers are in their 30s.
Yeah.
Like, you would, like, he can't do the math. Like, he doesn't even know that the highest mortgage is 30 years. He thought it was 40.
Yeah.
Like, this is what y'all don't know. You're voting for a man that has absolutely no touch in reality. And what the average person goes through. And the amount of extra money, you imagine the amount of interest extra for 20 extra years you would pay to pay off that house, which you will never pay off in 50 years.
That part.
So all you're
there was one number that came out. So if it's 30 years, you're paying $500,000 in interest. I don't know what the principal was, but if you extend it to 50 years, you're paying over $1 million. So it almost doubles.
Yeah.
Could you imagine making somebody a permanent financial slave like that? I mean, is this what MAGA wants?
No, it's absolutely insanity. And you guys think he's great about the economy, and he doesn't know what a 50-year mortgage like would be nearly impossible, and it's so dumb.
Yeah.
Like that. What? Yeah, exactly. Paying 4 times the amount of the house value. How does that help anybody? How do y'all take this man seriously? Like that's his solution.
Yeah.
To the mortgage crisis.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've never seen anyone get away with being this ignorant and reckless at the same time, Shay.
No, and they're not. I don't hear them talking about the pardons he's doing. No, all those attorneys were disbarred. All of them. So, okay, now they've been pardoned, but they're not going to get their law licenses back.
Nope.
It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that they just they're playing in their face. They're doing this corruption in their face, and there's not a peep out of any of them.
No.
Because
the base
Joe
is
Biden and Hunter Biden,
the base is actively being prosecuted and destroyed by their dear leader based on what I'm finding out. They're turning on each other, right? There's a fracture going on between like Tucker Carlson and who else?
Oh,
Who's Tucker Carlson beefing
Nick
with?
Fuentes?
Well, he platformed Nick Fuentes.
Josh Shapiro.
There you go.
Shapiro.
Yeah. So they're fighting amongst themselves. You got Cash and
Ben Shapiro. Sorry, Ben Shapiro. My bad. Yep.
Yeah. And all they got to do is point.
They're going.
I'm sorry.
They're like, no, I'm more racist than you are. No, I'm more racist than you are.
Yeah.
No, I hate more people than you do. Well, I hate these people and you hate these people.
Yeah.
But my hate on these people is better than your hate on your people. This is the Republican Party right now, y'all.
Yeah. They're not voting. A lot of them are
and
sitting it out.
Yeah. Like, it's disgusting. I sit here and yell like, no, all the racists are on the Democrat side because Democrats and KKK. No, that was Southern conservatives. The Southern conservatives were the triple K, guys.
Yeah.
So who are the Southern conservatives right now? Anybody? Who are Southern conservatives now? Anybody? Raise your hand. Hello. What party is that? It's not BS. Conservative Democrat.
The Republican Party, yeah.
Look it up.
MAGA, thank you. MAGA. Yeah, you all got it right. W to the chat. Thank you to the chat. We all see them for what they are.
It's MAGA.
Yeah. And they get all in their feelings about when we talk to them about this.
You got to look it up because,
I think
that's why they're sitting there talking about, racism and fighting over racism. Yeah, is that me?
No, I don't know if it's me or you, but I do think there is a delay. MAGA Blaga. There you go.
Yep,
W to the audience. Let's go.
Yeah. No, Southern conservative, not Southern Democrat. What do you not understand? Clinton was never a conservative. The home of the Triple K were Southern conservatives. They wanted to, what? Hold up states' rights. That's why they separated from the Union. States' rights. They wanted to conserve family values. They're conservatives. And so when the Democratic Party split between the Northern Democrats and the Southern Democrats, what did the Southern Democrats then call themselves? The Dixiecrats. You guys can look this stuff up. Clinton was never a conservative.
They believe anything Donald Trump says to them. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, he could literally, I don't think there's anything Donald Trump could do, Shay, to make these people see him as he really is. You know, anything he does, he can instantly say Joe Biden, and they go, "You're right." I poo-pooed on myself, Joe Biden, and they say, "Sir, let me clean that right up for you. I'm so sorry Joe Biden did that to you." These people are sick.
Yep, exactly, Silver Soul. They want to conserve racism. Absolutely. Who's wanting to tear down conservative statues? If the Democrats were right, and they were, the Southern conservatives were Democrats. That is correct, right, at the time. But who is the party going around trying to tear down the Confederate statues? Democrats or Republicans? Let's see if Mr. SC or CS or CD, whatever his name is, CD can answer that question. Who wants to tear down the history? Who wants to get rid of history? Right?
You know, these people
party
Shay,
switch.
They don't
Party
even
switch.
know. They don't even know, Shay. These people, they're definitely thrilled about being ignorant and hateful. That's all they want to do. You don't even need to feed a Trump voter. You don't even need to give them health insurance or anything like that. You don't even need to give them a job. As long as they can be ignorant and hateful, they consider it mission complete. It's truly bizarre. These folks need professional help.
Oh, CD says BLM. So BLM, are they Democrats or Republicans?
Wow.
CD tried to do something there.
Wow. And you know, he had said a few weeks ago he had turned on Trump, Shay, and then I asked him to get up here and actually admit that he turned on Trump because he said he didn't support Trump, but now he's back in here doing exactly what he was doing before he said that foolishly. He didn't. Donald Trump, you have somebody here, CD, come get him, because he's not towing the line. And I'm just telling on you because I don't want to deal with you. Look at him. He's calling his party out. Give me a break. No, you're not. You haven't called him out for a thing.
For what? What are you calling him out for? Are you broke? Is that why? It finally hit your pocket? Yeah, you're starting to hurt. It's the only reason you would do it.
Yeah.
The only reason you would do it.
Mm-hmm.
As most people are. Most conservatives are very self-centered.
Yeah.
And so when you start to hurt, you'll start like, oh, and that's what's going on with Marjorie Taylor Greene. Let's be real clear. She's never going to be a liberal, right? Or progressive. But she's hurting. And her kids are hurting. Her grown kids are hurting. And her constituents are hurting. It's a very rural town, very rural district. They're hurting.
Yeah.
That's why. And I'm proud of, listen, I'll say it. I'm proud of her for using her voice and calling out Mike Johnson. She's doing what she needs to do and good for her, but she's going to get run out of that party because that's how that party operates.
Bingo. Yeah. And if you know what they say, Shay, hell has no fury like a woman scorned. And I believe Donald Trump has scorned Marjorie. And so if I don't think she minds basically taking herself out and Trump at the same time because she's very, very angry at him for some strange reason. So it is what it is, but it goes right back to what I've been saying. Come midterm, a lot of you Trump voters, y'all won't be around because Donald Trump is going to do something to you to make your lives too difficult to even be able to find the strength to go and vote for him. He's already doing it. And like I told DJ, I said, the Democrats didn't shut the government down. Donald Trump's been shutting the government down ever since he got back in office.
Yeah.
Now it's just been formalized, but for the most part, it's been shut down.
Yeah, before the 40 days, it was 35 days in his first term.
Yeah.
For the longest ever shutdowns under him.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know how to negotiate, doesn't know how to make deals. He doesn't know how to do any of that. And we've just always said, this is the problem that we've always had with him. He's all talk and no bite. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know how to lead an administration. Remember his flip in his first administration, over 90%. He doesn't know how to legislate. He doesn't know what a bill is. He doesn't know how to get it done. He doesn't know how to. He's supposed to be this great deal maker. He's not. He'll make deals for his own company, but he doesn't make deals for the U.S. He doesn't take care of this company. He's off making real estate deals. I mean, you heard the guy, whatever the president, forget what the president, brilliant me out. I walked up to him during the peace accords and said, oh, yeah, by the way, I'm going to talk to Eric. Yeah, on hot mic.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Forget he was president of what was it, guys?
Was it one?
My brilliant chat.
Was it Syria? Or I think it was it the president
it was
of
Syria or Libya or somebody will come up with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's on hot mic.
Malaysia.
Absolutely.
Malaysia.
It was Malaysia. Thank you.
Yeah.
There's our brilliant people. I knew I'll be there. But yeah, just on hot mic. Yeah, I would call Eric, make a deal. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Even in the speech, he says, "Oh, look at all this money in this room. Look at all this money in this room." This is about the peace accord. Like, you guys are just falling for it. You're just falling for it. It's just sad. But anyway, man, that's there's so much to talk about. But I just thought the 50-year mortgage loan. But you guys didn't think Kamala Harris had a good plan. She had a great plan to help out first home buyers.
Bingo.
She had a great plan that would be helping people. But,
you're right. You're right, Shay. But thank you as always for coming up here. All right. Appreciate you
Love
telling the
you
truth,
guys.
ladies and gentlemen. W's in the chat for Shay.
Thank you, brother. Love you.
You're welcome. Love you too. All right. So let's go ahead, open it up. Do we have anybody else out there that supports Donald Trump? Go ahead, identify yourselves. Anyone still supporting Donald Trump? Please come on up here. We don't got all morning to do this, but it doesn't bother me at all knowing that we've totally obliterated you. It didn't even take a whole year. Now that I think about it, it hasn't even taken us a whole year before we've silenced MAGA, and MAGA literally. They're in the basement right now, hiding. All right, let's see, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's go. Oh my goodness. All right. Let's see. Oh, Craig, you never hide. They send me a request. 33, is it you want to come up here and clear up anything real quick?
Hey, what's going on, my man?
No, I'm all right. Just anything I need to clear up with you because you've been begging me.
Begging you for what?
To get in the box.
Okay, well, the last person you had up, I don't understand why you didn't correct her in terms of Trump's deals that he's made.
Okay.
Right? He's done 7 so far, correct?
He's what?
He's completed 7 deals so far, correct?
7 wars or 7 deals? I don't know.
7 deals since Independence Day, March. Okay. Let's start over. Independence Day. Are you familiar with that?
You mean Liberation Day?
Yes. Are you familiar with that?
So you got to get your narratives are correct. All right, bro. Now I understand what Liberation Day was supposed to be about. But let's talk about Independence Day. What is it about Independence Day that I missed?
No. Go ahead. Go on what your mindset is. Go on what your thought.
You want to talk about the 4th of July?
Come on, Zeus. Stop being intellectually dishonest here.
Okay,
We're talking about the deals that Trump. Come on, connect the sentences. I opened up with saying deals, right? Now, I may have misspoke and said Independence Day versus whatever Trump called them.
What did he call them again? What did he call it when he freed all of us?
I called it the wrong thing, but I think you said the correct word.
What was the correct word that I said? I forget.
I don't know. You say it again.
Dang. All right, so 33. I'll say this. Name the deals, and then what I'll do is I won't torture you anymore. I'll try to bring up maybe somebody else that could provide a little more context behind the 7 deals you referenced. Fair enough. And it was Liberation Day.
I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. You're welcome.
So, I mean, there was a deal with China, correct?
Not to my knowledge, but you're more than welcome to say it.
And not China. I'm sorry. China is pending. There was a deal with Japan, correct?
What is the terms of the deal? What? I'm a little confused.
Well, we're just citing the deals. We're not going to go into the details of
it. Okay.
Because,
so China and Japan. Let's go. You're at 2. I'll give you China.
Well, China is pending. China's
pending. So Japan. All right. So we're really at Japan. What else? Name the other ones.
The European Union.
EU. Okay. 2.
Okay. I believe. Hold up, and I'm actually looking this up as we speak.
Fair enough.
But my thing is this: Trump has been doing deals on behalf, and actually, for Saudi Arabia, he secured over $1 trillion in investment from Saudi Arabia into the United States.
Oh, so we got two, or Saudi Arabia, the third one.
Right.
Okay, so I need 4 more.
Okay, give me 1 second here. But what I'm saying is, we got South Korea, we got Europe.
You already said Europe, so we're at maybe
South
5?
Korea.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and I'm still looking, but I don't want to hold up your live.
All right.
But I don't want to hold up your live.
Okay, well,
but I just want you to admit the fact. Hold on. I just want you to admit the fact that you were mistaken.
Okay, fair enough. I'll admit that I was mistaken. All right, 33. And then you know what I'm going to say? Thank you for being very, very patient. All right.
Have a good day, Zeus.
All right, you too, ladies and gentlemen. That's 33, and he came in the box and said all 7 deals. So what I'll do is this, because I don't want to be mean. He tried. And you can't get on folks when they try. So I can't do it. All right, I can't do it. But good morning, Jim. How are you doing? Maybe Jim doesn't mind it because she had never mind. How are you?
Good morning. First of all, he couldn't name 7 deals. Let's just start there. Let's just start with numbers matter.
I'm trying not to laugh, Jim, please.
Okay. Second of all, there is no deal with China. China is literally his enemy. Then there's Japan. Japan literally already has a car deal in the US, and it's the biggest car deal called Toyota. So it's not benefiting the US, it's literally benefiting Japan. They made an agreement that already existed, which is typical for Trump to claim that he did something that already happens consistently. We literally drive Toyotas and Hondas. Oh, there's another one. Japan. Yes. So what he thought he did was that those countries are going to buy American cars, and he's trying to force other countries to take American cars. They don't want them. So you can't force another country to take something. So he didn't make any deal there. And then let's talk about the European Union, shall we? Because that's literally why I came up today.
Okay, fair enough.
The UK literally just did a major alert with their countrymen and told them not to travel to the US. And they're literally taking away their surveillance that helps protect our borders because of the boom booms that are being dropped on international waters, harming Jamaica, harming the Caribbean, harming the South American region. So I don't know where 33 thinks he's going to miraculously get a win there when our allies are literally saying, here, hold our beer. We're going to take our surveillance and let you figure this out on your own, as you're literally breaking the law and taking human lives without doing any type of investigation on these people. So, and let's go to tourism, shall we?
Yeah.
We are seeing the largest drop in tourism to the United States that we have ever seen in our country. Las Vegas, my kids just came back from Las Vegas. The streets are clear, man. There's no traffic. That's like 40% down on tourism in Vegas.
Wow.
LA is being hit. There's like only a 1% margin in LA, where normally you have thousands of people coming to Disneyland from Europe and Asia. You have people coming to Hollywood, going to Rodeo Drive.
Yeah.
None of that's happening. Florida's taking a hit. New York's taking a hit. I mean, at what point do we not talk about the reality of our country? And so I believe I said this 3 years ago, that when you use the term America first and you're talking about making America great, let's be very clear. When that arrogance happens over and over and over again in a vacuum, that's exactly where you are, in that pit of dirt that the vacuum has sucked up, because they're not going to want us to be abroad either. Wow. At some point, our allies are going to be shutting the doors. And I said this, when you do that to keep people out, you're also keeping people stuck in the sewer, in the swamp, in the fungus, in the vacuum, and you're harming your people, which is why they're lowering the age for child labor, which is why they're doing the things that they're doing with education, because if they don't educate your kids become the laborers. That's what they want. Wow. They want your kids to be the workers to the ultra-rich And that's what they're trying to tell you. And you're too stupid, 33, to recognize it.
Woo, W, Jim. And it just shows us, Jim, that his supporters, they literally have no clue what they're saying when they get out here and confidently brag and boast. You know, he talked about Independence Day, right? And did you hear him say that? And I said, do you mean Liberation Day? Sir, wake up, smell the coffee. Liberation Day. No one feels liberated when you look at Donald Trump's poll numbers. Aren't his poll numbers on the economy terrible right now,
It's
Jim?
like 37% and 61% disapproval rate. 61% disapproval rate. And let's talk about the election that just happened, right? Not only in California did Prop 50 win, 1 minute after the polls closed, the numbers were so immense that they knew Republicans had voted for Prop 52. And you know what the number was? 15%. 15% of Republicans voted for Prop 50. There's only a 30% margin of Republicans in California. It's 70% Democrat. But of the 30%, 15% of them voted for Prop 50.
Wow.
Why? Because they know what Texas did was illegal. Taking away the voice and the vote of the people is wrong. What did California do? Governor Newsom said, no, I'm not going to make the decision. I'm going to give the decision back to my state, the people, and let them tell me what they want. And oh my God, they came back and they said, we not only want you to respond, we like the fact that you said it was going to be a temporary change, not something you dictated to us. It was going to be temporary and it would reverse back. Amen. Because we do want the areas to be able to district according to their people, not because you want some racist bullshit happening in your state. Sorry, I said the S word.
Well,
my apologies.
You're going to get in trouble with Mom, but that's between you and her at this point.
This is something that people have to start paying attention to. And I want to be very clear. It wasn't just California. It was all over the country. It is a resounding no to this administration, and not just this administration, but to Congress. Yeah. And I keep saying that in every live I go on. We have to stop just focusing on Trump. We have to focus on the reason he's being allowed. He is being allowed because Congress, the MAGA Republicans in Congress, have abdicated their co-equal branch of government and are allowing these criminal acts to happen in our country. And it shouldn't just be Democrats that are talking about it. Republicans should be very afraid because what happens to us is happening to you as well. Bingo. They don't care that you voted for them. All they cared was that they wanted your vote. You gave it to them. And now they're harming the American people. They're harming migrants. They're harming our allies. You guys are so lost in party politics that you forgot that you're supposed to honor your country first. You're supposed to respect the dialogue and understand that disagreements can happen, but you don't harm the American people. You stand up for what's right, which is based on the Constitution of the United States of America. Amen. And loving your neighbor as yourself. Because when you're using your religion to harm your neighbor, you're not a Christian. When you're using the Constitution as a tool to harm your neighbor, you are not a patriot. You're not. All you are is a racist, a misogynist, and you have been fooled by a con job. And let's talk about the word con. Con is in Confederate. Con is in conservative, because you have chosen to pick the con every single time, like Don the con above Zeus's head. You've chosen it every single time. The con job, the person who will lie to your face and show you exactly who he is. And then you're like, well, let's give him one more chance. Shall we? Let's see what he does. Maybe after this year, he'll do something for the people. No, he's not going to help the people. You gave him a power that is harming the American people and humans all over the globe. This administration is literally starving children abroad and starving children right here at home. Let that sink in. It wasn't just some foreign land of other people that he's harming. He's harming American children. And then he's telling women, go out and procreate. Go have more babies that I can starve. Go harm more children. so that we can make you get impregnated and stay home with kids and then watch them not get food on the table. That's what he's telling you. And you guys are like, see, he's a family man. No, he's not a family man. He's not a family man. You guys are choosing to listen to somebody who cheated on his first wife with his second wife, cheated on his second wife with his third wife, cheated on his third wife while she was pregnant with a porn star, and then paid off people to hide it, and then got convicted 34 times over, PC 17510, felonies, wrote 9 separate checks to cover his trail, and you guys still voted for this prick. Let it sink in.
Wow. W, Jim, ladies and gentlemen. You know, Jim, I got to say this. I get a lot of complaints from the fragile white men that join my show that are MAGA, and they say they don't like how you say what you say about their dear leader. Is there anything you want to say to these weaklings? Because they know what you're saying is true, but they've never had anybody put it out so plainly.
Well, I'll just be honest. If the boot fits, strap up and pull them up, because you're going to have to get ready to strap them up. Because when things start popping off, you fragile egos, you're going to realize that it was you, your kind, white males in this country, that have done the most damage to the United States of America. And you, white males, throughout history in Europe, have caused most of the trouble in other lands like India. You, white males, are the #1 perpetrators of crimes against women. 90% of all violent crime against women is men choosing to harm women. And the fact that you don't like that women have a voice and a vote, that's on you, because you have to look in the mirror every single day and realize that you perpetrated the harm that came to your daughters, that came to your sisters, that came to your wives. You perpetrated that harm. That's not something I'm saying on an app. That's a reality. That is a fact. That every single study has literally stated that white males are the main perpetrator of violent crime in this country. Whether it's mass pew-pewings, whether it's serial, whether it's any of those types of crimes, it is you who have chosen to harm other people for personal gain. And it's over. People are done. People are tired. And I hate to inform you that a lot of white males have also figured it out that it's them. And they're doing the work every single day to be anti-racist, to stop learning the way it was taught by their forefathers and reverse it to help fellow people. So you can be sensitive Sallies all you want, but I'm going to come back every single time and hold you accountable. Conservative Democrat, prove it. Nobody has to prove it, ding dong. It's in every freaking history book across the country. It's all around the world. The harm that's been caused by white men. I don't know what's happened. And the thing is you have an opportunity right here, right now, to change the course of history and be on the right side of it. By getting this man and his team out of office, by recognizing that lifting up your brothers and sisters, by caring for your fellow man, is a much better ideology than harming your fellow people. Because ultimately you are part of either construction or destruction. So make a decision. Are you going to start helping the United States of America be what it can be and support the name that we have, which is supposed to be the United States of America, not divided? United is in our name. And you are allowing this administration and the MAGA Republicans to divide this country. We are supposed to support the Constitution. We are supposed to protect the people within its borders, and we are supposed to honor what we have learned. We are not supposed to crap all over it and go, we just need to tear down the ACA and then give them something better. Where's the better? You've had a decade of this man talking about it. Where's the better? That's what I want to know. Where's the plan? Because the American people are being harmed. The American people are going without food. The American people are losing jobs. The American people are losing healthcare. The American people are losing respect around the globe. Where are you helping?
Hey, man, go ahead, Jim. Thank you for doing that, because I'm going to get a lot of hate later on, they message me and they're going to complain about you. But I'm glad that you're able to put it in a way that I can't say it, because I'm limited based on, where I reside and, where I come from. But they understand what you mean, Jim. So thank you so much again.
Well, here's the thing. The men that you're talking about, I know who they are. The men you're talking about, it's not just them. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people that when you hold a mirror up and you say, look, this is what did this. Your vote did this. Your vote caused the hunger. Your vote caused the reversal of the Department of Education. So you want to compete on the world stage and you want to make China the enemy, or you want to make Russia the enemy, or you want to make whoever the enemy, right? But you never stop to look at what part you played in it. Men like Trump, all of these men that he has helped get away with their greed, tax fraud, all the other types of crimes that they're committing across the globe. If you can't look and see that pardoning people who have committed all these crimes to support him isn't a problem, then the problem does lie within you. You can get mad at me pointing it out. That's fine. But that's not going to change the fact that you, the person who voted for it, are the person who caused the problem. When you allow a spoiled child to keep harming people and you don't correct their behavior, they grow up to be spoiled, horrible men that harm more people. And that's exactly what we're witnessing with the white conservative males. They have been allowed for far too long to commit crimes and to harm people for decades upon decades. And now it's coming back to bite you in the ass. And you better recognize that your vote did that, because you're responsible for the harm that's come to your nation. We can no longer just point the finger outward at other people. We have to own our part in it. And when you allow systemic racism to continue, when you allow harming women's rights to continue, when you attack civil rights, when you attack education rights, when you deny science and math, you are the problem. Take a good look hard in the mirror and know that it's you. It's you.
Amen. All right. Well, listen, Jim, we cooked and we booked. But as always, thank you, sis, for coming up here and saying the truth. All right, because I know a lot of people. There's a lot of us who received it and understand what you were saying. All right, W Lady Boss. Thank you. And
there's one more thing I want to remind people about: the 2010 ACA Act that President Obama got passed. That was a collective bipartisan act. Okay, let's just be very clear.
Yeah.
It wasn't just Obama who got it passed. He just was the man that we needed in the moment to get it done, because Clinton tried it, Bush Sr. tried it, Bush Jr. tried it. They all tried to get some type of healthcare act, and it was President Obama who got the bipartisanship to get it done, which was amazing considering that Mitch McConnell literally vowed to not allow anything to get done under President Barack Obama.
Sick.
So put some respect on his name. He got it done.
Thank you, W. Jim and W. Barack Obama. Put some respect on his name.
The subsidies were permanent in the 2010 passing. The subsidies were permanent.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the Dems that wanted the temporary. It was the Republicans, and it was required because of the budget. If you don't make it temporary, you cannot negotiate with it. The budget gets stuck. And so people don't understand what they're talking about when they talk about it. So the expansion subsidies is what we're fighting about right now. The expansion subsidies of 2021 and 2022, which were put into place to ensure, let me make this clear, to ensure that the insurance companies could not price gouge the American people.
Right.
That's what the expansion subsidies were for. And if those come off, they are going to increase it by 53%. And I want everybody to understand, it's not just going to happen to Democrats.
Nope.
It's going to impact every single American citizen, even those of us who are insured. Let me say that again.
Yeah.
Even those of us who are insured will be impacted, because the people who are no longer insured will be using the emergency system and it will collapse, which means that even those of you with insurance will not have access to emergency care when you need it, because it will be flooded by every single American that lost their insurance.
Bingo.
And we also will be paying additional costs to cover the insurance that we are gouged by the insurance companies that we currently have.
Bingo.
Wake up, America. Those of you who voted for this, this is on you.
Amen. Amen. All right.
Call Congress.
Thank you,
Demand
Jim.
to protect your fellow man.
Thank you, Jim. Wow. Wow, thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you. All right, well, listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Big Zeus has to wrap it up and get up out of here. All right, make sure you're following Jim. Jim, thank you. Today is Veterans Day, I believe. Make sure you shout out all the veterans that have served this country royally and loyally. I feel a certain type of way about any veterans that still might be supporting Donald Trump. Woo! Wow! Thank you, Camila. Wow. That was awesome. That scared me a little bit. I heard the noise and I said, what on earth? Is that Santa Claus coming down the chimney? No, I'm kidding. I don't believe Santa Claus comes down the chimney anymore. All right, but seriously, thank you to each and every single one of you out there in the audience for tuning in this morning. You know, we're doing what we need to do to get this country back on track, and the results are in. You see how Americans all across the country continue to wake up and resist Donald Trump and what he is doing with his administration, his incompetence. Once again, make sure you go out, ladies and gentlemen, and again, make sure you go and follow Afton Bain. This is her TikTok account, but she has a YouTube page. She's on X. She's all over. She needs the support to win out there in the wonderful state of Tennessee. We need Democrat representation now more than ever, because guess what? If anything, we need to get to the bottom of those Epstein files, right? So make sure you go ahead and check in with her, Afton. I don't know if you're there, but make sure you come in and check with all of us on TikTok and in the kingdom. All of you who frequent these creators, these good creators on the internet, make sure y'all spread the word. Tell these other creators to get out here and make sure they increase the awareness so that Afton Bain can actually flip that seat and make it a blue seat and put this pressure on MAGA Grinder and Mike Johnson like you've never seen before. All right. And so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to wrap things up. I want to give a special thank you, like I said, to all the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. Oh, yes, Lady Boss, I did see what you put in there, and it's definitely worth noting. It does bother me that Donald Trump is in the middle of possibly pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell, a convicted trafficker. I just want MAGA to understand this. If Donald Trump does this definitely will be, Joe Rogan said it. This is the red line. This is the red line in the sand. She's getting preferential treatment out there in Texas. She even has a service dog. How you gonna? That's animal. That has to be animal abuse. You don't let a dog, an innocent dog, be subjected to a person like that. That's illegal. It should be illegal. But it just shows you, once again, and I know they're screen recording me. The Russian bears, they get upset when I talk about their dear leader like this. But what this does, and this is what we're going to do, is the last round of booze and shame for all the Zeus haters out there. And they know exactly who they are. They screen record me, and they chase me around when I go into red demon layers and confront these demons in real time. I look these demons dead in their eyes and I tell them, you're all going straight to hell. And I don't care how you feel about it. Then they rush in there with compromised bad intel. It's Michael Wolff. But you come in with a AI readout of David Wolff, even spelled Wolf wrong. And they know, and she knows who she is. Ignorance on steroids. You will do anything to defend a P3DO in the name of Jesus. I never heard or seen anything like this in my life until I ran across every single one of these Zeus hater, MAGA demon, Russian bears, and they know exactly who they are that continue to defend P3DOs. I saw one of them yesterday. Why do you call us all P3DOs just because we voted for Trump? Very simple. Because you are. You're supporting a person who's literally providing cover for a convicted trafficker that was involved with doing things to children. And you're still running around here wondering why this heat is on your backside. The heat's on your backside because guess what? God's judgment is upon you. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these Zeus haters, a.k.a. MAGA demons, where they belong. One last time, straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
Yeah. Gotta wake the chain up. Get him
I'm out of here.
Pull some strings and level up.
I'm out of here.
Came from the trenches, now we ballin' at the top. Wisdom, energy, and presidential, rock the ops. Drip too saucy, got the fit, hitting real different. 1600 on the throne, out here with the bullet. No ski.
Hey, I'm the go-go from the day. Lady ball.
Bustin' moves, no mid, got the game.
Shout out to the Bay Area. All right, you know what that's about. Keep up the good work, Lady Boss. Keep up the good work, Kamira, Rick, and Shay, all of you, Jim, Val, Q-Dog, Nutty. Great work. Sticky Fingers. VIP, YouTube. Yeah, making history right here. Ops talking wild, but they cannot touch the throne. Trapping in the Oval Office, trapping in the zone. Thank you, Ed. WC. That's 1600 Pennsylvania. I'm dropping it. You might get a Christmas present this year, ladies and gentlemen. Level up, W Cindy.
Drip too clean, get it poppin'. We ain't gon' never stop. No cap, we lit. Yeah, 400,000, 100, 1605 presidential. We found it. Posted in the Capitol, moving like I own the block.
Hey, Leah. Jeffrey, 100, no facade, drip celestial, shining brighter than a star.
Man, I'm calling shots.
Got the vision HD, clear, flat with the moves, turn the dreams into chandeliers. I'm saying lurking, but they folding under all the pressure. 1600, I'm the one flexing, I'm the new successor. Trap soul in the White House, DC is the town. Woke up in the mansion, views from the East Wing. Prime presidential, residential, got the poles and the climb. No cap, I'm the vibe, turn the calm in the storm. Got the world dropping bombs like I'm reading out a psalm. Ops trying to glitch, but my quote is unbreakable. Skibidi through the storm, legacy unshakable. Jungle to the air, got the city in my grip. Getting real cold, make the whole world flip. Hey, busting off the charts, got the game in a trance. Drip too wavy, yeah, make you wanna dance. She fit, thank you. Drip too clean, get it poppin'. We ain't gon' never stop. No cap, we lit, yeah. Flow on 1,000, 100, 1605 presidential. We found it, All right, I'm out of here. Have a great rest of your morning.